Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Kanawha County. We are in Sissonville, where the Sissonville Indians host the Ripley Vikings here at Joe Sawyer Field at Sissonville High School. Brian Guthrie and Mike Cameron here with high school football, presented by One Community Federal Credit Union. Beautiful facility here at Sissonville, and we got to, first off, give our thanks to Mr. Skeens and everybody at Sissonville High School for being very accommodating. We've got a beautiful spot here above Jerry Throckmorton press box. And
yes.
We've met Jerry, and he's charming, and it's wonderful, and the field is beautiful. So great night for football here in the Kanawha Valley.
Oh,
Michael.
it is a beautiful night. It is going to have a little bit of a chill tonight, but the sun is setting very nicely, and you're right, this is a very awesome facility here at Sissonville High School, and hopefully we'll get to see a good game tonight.
So a little chilly in the air, but some hot action on the field tonight.
Oh, you're the king of the segue.
Sissonville struggling a little bit. There's 0-6 on the season. They've actually lost their last 16 games. Took an 0 for last year under first-year head coach Jeremy Hairston. It was his first year last year, second year this year. 0-6 so far, but a good showing last week in their homecoming game right here against Pikeview. Lost to the Panthers 28-21 in a game that came down to the last possession. Pikeview was just power running the football, and Sissonville could not get the ball back to try and get that tying score. You know,
Sissonville is they're on the cusp, but it's that dreaded two-word phrase that hurts so many schools: transfer protocol. This has been a really, really tough. It's really hit this program pretty hard. Kids have decided to move to other local schools and take their abilities there with them.
To South Beach,
yeah, no kidding. So there's a lot of schools you can look up and down the roster of West Virginia. There's a lot of schools that kind of fall into this category, and Sissonville is right there. You had a lot of seniors graduate too, so it's just tough to build a program. Through, if you're losing them through graduation or you're losing them through transfer, it's just tough to build a program. They're doing the best with what they have right now, though.
Mentioned they had to take on a Pikeview team that is power running, only attempted one pass last week against the Indians. As for Ripley, started off hot with 4 straight wins. South Charleston, the Hatchet game with Ravenswood, Lincoln County, and then the Big Blacks at Point Pleasant. But last week at home, picked up their first loss of the season, a 43-6 loss to a very talented Nitro team. But this Ripley team seems to be putting it together in the newfangled AAA class and wants to make some noise there towards playoff time.
This is the team that the Vikings have wanted to field for several years now. I mean, they've had some rough years over the last few years, and putting it all together under a new coach too. Things are working really well. They run the football very well, and they have a good team-style defense. Always got multiple hats around the ball. This is a good team. Nitro is an extremely good football team. That was going to be a tough ask to win that game last week. But this is a good football team that will play well the rest of the year.
Now, these two teams are not entirely unfamiliar with each other, not separated by that many miles, I guess, as the crow flies. Played for the better part of a century. Ripley leads the all-time series 34-26-5, but they have not met since 2010. So both of these coaches, a first-year head coach but longtime assistant for Ripley, and then another coach from the area, and Coach Harrison, wanted to get these teams back together, so they're meeting for the first time since 2010, and it is the battle for the Lions Club trophy. So add a trophy in, and now you got to play.
It means something, no doubt. And plus, with Coach Simon, too, he played for Ripley High School, and he played when this rivalry was hot. So he knows everything about what this rivalry means. It's been gone for several years, but with these two schools being as close as they are, it just seems right to have it, to kind of rekindle it. And we'd like to see Sissonville be a little bit more competitive and make that rivalry a little bit more. But everything's got to start small. But this is something that has meant a lot to a lot of people. Why not bring it back and let these two teams and these two communities get back together for a good football game?
We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, our good friend Mike Cameron had a chance to speak with both head coaches, so we'll talk with both of them and get you ready for kickoff as we have Ripley and Sissonville. We're in the Kanawha Valley this evening with high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union here on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
We're back at pregame coverage of CAS 45 coverage of high school football. Ripley versus Sissonville tonight. And Coach almost got hit by a football here. I'm standing next to Coach Jeremy Harrison. Coach, appreciate your time. First off, it's been a bit of a rough season at 0-6, but you always got to look at those positives too. When you are looking at your team right now, what positives have you been able to collect about this team?
I mean, we've been able to grow as the season has gone. I mean, we've had a lot of hiccups and things of that nature, but the guys that have stuck around and put in the work have been able to grow and get better as the year goes on, and we expect them to continue to do that.
Talk about your offensive starts, too. Who we're going to be calling a lot when you are out on the offensive side of the football?
I hope we can spread out the love, and you get to call a lot of guys' names, but we're just going to try to get some things established. Of course, Maddox is going to be, a big part of what we do as he's our quarterback, and he makes us go. And, we got some pretty good receivers in Brody Scott and Nate Young. So, I mean, we're going to rely heavily on a lot of those guys, and hopefully we can spread the wealth and have some success.
Ripley likes to run the football. How are you going to stop that this evening?
I mean, you got to stop the run is real simple. You got to be physical and violent and wrap up and tackle well. So that's what we're going to try to do and see what we can do.
This is a rivalry of sorts from years ago, but it looks like they're going to try and kind of renew this rivalry. You probably don't know much about that rivalry, but what does it mean to get Ripley back on the schedule?
I mean, I've listened to the community and understanding this is a big game. I mean, they're one of our closest teams. I mean, they're right across the county line from us, so we can kind of understand that crossover. And I actually live in Jackson County, so I have a little bit better understanding of the rivalry and the meaning it has for the community. So we're just hoping we put out a good show and play hard, and hopefully we can get on the right side of it.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Best of luck this game. Best of luck the rest of the season, too.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. We'll be back with more. You're watching high school football on CAS 45.
Welcome to Smith & Company Vintage Market, where you can find antiques, furniture, collectibles, primitives, Wise Owl paint, gift ideas, and so much more. We now have 2 amazing locations with over 300 vendor spaces. 1301 Colgate Drive, Marietta, and now in the Southgate Plaza in Parkersburg next to WVU Medicine. Give us a call for vendor information and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Smith & Company Vintage Market, a charming blend of old and new.
The Jackson County Community Foundation would like to announce award-winning and multi-platinum selling artist Amy Grant as the keynote speaker for their annual benefit dinner. Enjoy an evening filled with food, entertainment, and the motivational words of Amy Grant, Friday, November 1st at the Armory in Millwood, West Virginia. This event is made possible by area sponsors, with proceeds benefiting the Community Foundation's grant program. Seating is limited, so visit jccfinc.org for tickets and details.
For nearly 50 years, CAS Cable has been proudly serving the Mid-Ohio Valley with cable TV, internet, and home phone. Our commitment has always been to provide the best possible experience and service for our customers. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. Call us today or visit us online and see what we can do for you. CAS Cable, proud to be part of our community.
You're watching pregame coverage of high school football on CES 45, and right now we have got Coach Ryan Simon with us, of the Ripley Vikings coach. So a 4-1 start on your season. You had a very hot start, but the buzzsaw of nitro. But things are really looking good for this team right now. What's been working the most for you?
A balanced offense, I think, and then we have a lot of seniors. We got 16 seniors, so that's where everything kind of starts and ends with us. They're great leaders, and anytime you have seeners, that many seniors at Ripley High School, usually we do well. So I think it always kind of starts with those guys, And then the defense has been fantastic too. When we mess up, they kind of take care of us. When the offense messes up, they kind of take care of us. So I think it's been kind of a group effort at this point.
Well, the offense has been churning with a lot of you run the football very well. Talk about your offensive stars. Just give us a few names, and we're going to be calling a whole bunch tonight.
Noah Casto, Tyson Pritt, and then Cody Lawrence as far as running the ball. Those three guys. Cooper Durst plays a little bit of fullback, and then throwing the ball. Tyson's, had a great year throwing the ball too. Chris Jenkins is a guy he goes to a lot, and then Cody Lawrence and his brother Connor Pritt. So, and then Carter Neal is also our tight end. He's a big kid. He's a 6'6" kid out there. You can see he sticks out like a sore thumb. But he has great hands and does a great job.
And talk about the defense too. I mean, you got to stop the other offense right now, and you guys have been doing that at a pretty good clip. Talk about your defensive stars.
Having our numbers up has allowed us to platoon a lot, so we have a lot of guys on defense that don't play offense and vice versa. So up front, we're always fresh, and that really helps. And then we got Ethan Kay. I think he's a all-state kind of linebacker at this point. He's been tearing it up. This kid didn't play last year. He's a really good wrestler, and he's just really coming to his own there. And then Chris Jenkins and the guys on the back front have done well as well.
So this is a rivalry of sorts from years ago that has been kind of refreshed. I know this is your first year. What do you know about the rivalry, and how much do you think this is important to both communities?
Oh, I think it definitely is. We're really close. It's right down the road from them, and this is a nice facility, by the way. It's the first time I've been here since the turf's been down. But, I played here. I played for Ripley, and I played here. So we played here my senior year. So there's a lot of memories that way, and, I think it's a big deal. Maybe not quite as big deal as it used to be, but still a big rivalry. We got it, playing for a trophy, so, it's a big deal for us.
Well, you got to keep your head on a swivel out here. You never know. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll be back with more. You're watching high school football on CAS 45.
Why choose One Community Federal Credit Union as your financial partner? We reward you. Earn high interest on savings and CDs. Get rewards with your debit card. Enjoy lower interest on loans and pay low or no service fees. We're accessible. Manage your money from anywhere with our convenient, secure mobile app and online banking. And we're trustworthy. As one of the first credit unions in our area, we've been serving the Mid-Ohio Valley for over 65 years. Get more in 24. Become a member today. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
Sissonville Indians coming out onto the field here as the captains are meeting at midfield for the coin toss. And Mike, we talked about it a little bit, and when we talked to Jerry Throckmorton here, who the press box is named after, 25 plus years as the PA guy here, he said, the numbers are down, and it's due to the transfer portal, for lack of a better term.
Right.
It's the whatever, and we see him come out here, and this is a small AA team.
Yes, you look up and down, and we'll always look on WVSSEC for the rosters and everything. Ripley's got a pretty healthy roster themselves, but yeah, for the school of their size, right now it's kind of a limited number for the Sissonville team. But yeah, again, it's one of those situations too. And one of these days we may just get a handle on it or whatever. They'll figure out how to make this all work for everybody. But this some schools, they get the riches from the transfer portal, and some schools get the shaft. So.
Some get the coal mine or gold mine. I got to get my Jerry Reed songs right. Yes. Got to get the gold mine.
And right now,
Not
it's just Sissonville right now, a team that's had some grandeur in years past. But again, you got to have the right protocol, or you got to have the right people on the field right now. And right now, the numbers just don't work for Sissonville. They're just doing what they can do to play the game. And
it seems like they're getting close to finding the right formula that works. Again, you've been starting. Your quarterback is a 2-year starter. He's a sophomore.
Yeah.
So honest to goodness, 13-year-old, 14-year-old starting last year, and so the offense is just going to get better at it, and then you're going to find more talent to go around him. We've heard that he's got a pretty good arm, but unfortunately he may not have the protection to get the ball downfield the way he wants to.
It's definitely a time issue for him right now. He's very talented, very athletic, but he doesn't have a lot of time to make reads and find the right receivers, because he's usually kind of running for his life for a little bit out there. So get him a little more time. And Mr. Throckmorton said that there is a lot of great players in their middle school system right now, and they're excited to get them up to this next level too. So the future is looking bright for the Indians right now.
Ripley, on the other hand, again, Sissonville 0-6 on the season, still trying to kind of find their way. Ripley at 4-1. You know, they can throw the football. They've seen that Sissonville has some hard time if you've got a power running game, which Ripley can do. So this may be a good night for them to kind of find out just what exactly all their offense can do.
I think we're going to see a pretty steady diet of Noah Casto tonight. He's averaging almost 7 yards a carry. He's got 13 touchdowns. That was how they buttered their bread last week too. This is how they're going to play their game.
Maddox Baylog, the quarterback for Sissonville, will kick it off, and it's going to be taken by Caleb Parsons, one of the upmen for the Ripley Vikings, out to the 41-yard line, and we will see that Ripley offense come out for the first time tonight. Number 11 is Tyson Pritt, the senior quarterback. Struggled last week against Nitro. Only managed 6 points after they averaged around 35 points for the first 4 games of the season, but only managed 6 last week.
They want to reset the clock to 11:50.
11:50.
50 pass attempts for Pritt. He's completed 34 of them. Again, he's got 1 touchdown pass on the year, but again, the running game is thriving in Ripley, so that's what they go with.
Pritt will start out of the shotgun and put a man in motion. Fakes one way, goes the other way. This is Noah Casto, and Casto will dive ahead for about 1.5 yards.
That was a bit of a complicated play with a couple of different ball fakes, but Sissonville did a good job of kind of staying home on that play, making the quick tackle.
Second down and 8 for the Vikings. Casto again, the running back, and Pritt to throw. Puts in the air for the first time today. Chris Jenkins overthrown at midfield, and it'll be 3rd and long for the Vikings.
It was deep coverage, too, by the defensive secondary for Sissonville. He was very wide open. Pritt just kind of overshot the mark a little bit with that pass. He could have had at least yardage for a first down, maybe even farther into Sissonville territory, but now it's a long 3rd down.
They'll stay in the same formation here on 3rd and 8. Pritt to throw. Out of the backfield to 24, Cody Lawrence, and Lawrence will cut it upfield across midfield, and he's loose. And Cody Lawrence, in a foot race, will take it to the house. Touchdown, Ripley.
Simple play design, but what sprung that play for Lawrence was some very, very good blocking, and that's what broke him free. We're seeing most of the yardage that he got after the catch right there, but what broke him was some good upfield blocking by his teammates.
57-yard touchdown.
So he's got 2 touchdown passes on the year.
That was quick. Cody Lawrence.
Just kind of blew my analysis completely out of the water.
That's all right. Nobody thinks you know what you're talking about.
That's very true.
Extra point is up and good. 11:09 here in the first quarter. Ripley strikes first on the opening drive of the game and leads 7-0. Mike. That's Mike Cameron. I'm Brian Guthrie. We're still here. Joe Sawyer's Field here in Sissonville. Again, glad to be here. You're looking at field turf that's only maybe 4 or 5 years old. So the field and the track are very newish,
right?
And look good. Nice scoreboard. It's a refurbished press box as far as what they did inside and up on top, so. It's good looking. They've got the facilities. That's sometimes the problem with, when you get transfer kids is, well, our facilities aren't as good as their facilities.
Right.
These are top-notch facilities.
Yeah, this is a great field turf. It's got a very nice aesthetic look to it. So yeah, this is they've got great facilities here in Sissonville. And hopefully the future is bright. Maybe, like I said, those middle school programs are developing some players to help come up and help this program out. But, yeah, it is wonderful to look at. It's a lovely field.
27, Parker Keller has it teed up for the Vikings to kick away. 2 men deep to receive for the Indians.
One of them is Nathan Young. He's going to get it.
5. Yep, Nathan Young is going to let it go over his head into the end zone for the touchback. So we will see Maddox Baylog, number 7, sophomore quarterback for the Sissonville Indians, come out and try to lead this team to its first win in a season and a half.
I do not have any stats on Sissonville, but again, it's a mixed offense. They mix the run, they mix the pass. It's a very, very balanced offense. Again, it just is based on how much time they can create for Baylog to possibly make some plays.
Baylog with Kyson Stone lined up as a running back next to him, and Baylog to throw on first down. Rolls out and just short, almost in there, knocked down by number 24 for Ripley, Cody Lawrence. Incomplete, second down.
Good coverage, and I don't know if Baylog saw Lawrence. There was another cornerback next to the receiver, and he didn't look like he might have been shielded off, so Lawrence did a good job just jumping in the passing lane. He almost got that pick, too.
Coming off that long touchdown reception, almost making a big play on defense. 2nd and 10, and Sissonville will put it on the ground, and not a whole lot there. A host of blue-horned helmets waiting to bring down the runner.
They didn't really watch for a play fake. Everybody just stayed right on their assignment. 7 people in the box, and there were 7 people in there making the tackle.
Senior Cooper Durst, number 44, in there on the bottom of the pile there. So 3rd and 10 for Sissonville here on their first drive of the game. They'll go 4 wide, twins each way. Baylog with Stone alongside. Ripley showing some pressure. Here they come. Baylog cuts it loose.
Good
nice
throw.
Crossing pattern. Caught and brought down is number 11, John Wheeler, and he is going to have an Indian first down.
It was
good
a
play there, Mike.
Yeah, soft zone there for Ripley. It was, there was a good kind of level in there for Wheeler to make his move, but that was a simply just rifled pass in there by Baylog, and hit him right in between the numbers.
They'll go in that twins each way look again here on 1st and 10 out at the 31-yard line. Stone on the carry. He'll go to the left side, and a good chunk of yardage there for the freshman out to about the 38, 39-yard line.
Kudos to the left side of that offensive line, too. They created that alley for him to run. Good yardage just right up the hash marks there. Good gain on first down, 2nd down and short.
Ripley showing a 3-4 look here on defense. Now we'll go with another down defensive lineman on 2nd down and 2. Stone with his 2nd straight carry out across the 40, going to be a little short. 3rd and a couple feet.
Looked like there might have been just a little bit more of an opening. First round of tacklers were more of arm tacklers there, but the linebacker got in there for Ripley, wrestled him down. It's very, very close, but it is short for 3rd down.
This is when I get into it's 3rd and a foot. Why not go out of the shotgun? But now Baylog's going to move up under center. And staggered feet, he will lean forward. And the far official came across in front of the stick. It's going to depend on the spot here.
They're moving
They're moving it. All right.
But it was close still. I mean, he looked like he had a little bit more of a front push there.
I think he surged forward and it got knocked back. So forward progress will give you a 2nd consecutive first down for Sissonville out at the 41-yard line. 8:35 rolling clock. First quarter, 7-0 Ripley.
Good.
And first drive of the game here for the Sissonville Indians, and Baylog to throw. Across the middle, another slant route, and this one dropped. Wheeler had it, bounced right off his hands.
And again, that was a carbon copy of the play, except it was just flipped. It was coming from the left side. He still ran that inside pattern, and Baylog hit him smack in the hands, and that was just a straight-up drop by Wheeler.
Yeah, so that's all you can ask your quarterback to do is put it right on the numbers.
And he had about 2 seconds. That's all he needed. It was a quick drop back, quick throw. That play should have been a 6-yard gain.
2nd and 10. They'll go with that same twins each way. Now man in motion, puts 3 receivers to the short side. Baylog under pressure will throw it again. This one complete to Brody Scott, and Scott is running loose and will be brought down at the Ripley 31, a big chunky yards for the Indians.
That was a very well disguised play too by Sissonville, because running up the field was Wheeler. He did the outside pattern, and he was actually behind the secondary, but it was enough for them to pay attention to him. That left a little bit of light coverage inside, and then he did the rest of it on his own. Nice catch and a couple of yards after the catch too.
And Ripley wants a timeout to talk things over here after a big gain on offense for Sissonville. Ripley looked like the Vikings were bringing some heat up front, and Balog, 3-step drop, and to his credit, and like we said, this is a sophomore who started an 0-10 year last year and 0-6 thus far, but the more reps he gets, the more confidence he's going to get. He hit that 3rd step on that 3-step drop, and once that back foot hit, he cut that ball loose.
Yeah, and he did. There was a lot of pressure coming in, outside linebacker blitz coming in, but you're right. It was a design play, 3 steps, and he fired it. And I mean, that's just good play call. And you know what? When you have that kind of time, you don't need that kind of time. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going 3 steps and pop. The defense, even with that good inside push there and the outside linebacker blitz, Balog still had all the time he needed.
First down for the Indians, and Stone back on the ground. A couple of yards up the middle, actually slung forward, and he's going to get 3 or 4.
So, and that is just kind of one of those, cause and effect kind of things. When the passing game works, now you can get those inside dives that instead of being 1 or 2 yards could be 3 or 4 yards, and that does make a big difference right there. You have to respect the outside now, and that was just a good inside push, good 4-yard gain.
2nd down and 6 as we close in on 7:45 here in the opening quarter. Ripley scored quick on their 3rd play from scrimmage. Sissonville trying to answer with a nice drive of their own. Balog to throw, pressure from the corner, another slant and caught, and to the house, touchdown, Brody Scott. Balog took a shot right as he got rid of the ball, but Scott steps right in front of it and takes it to the house.
And look at number 3, just a whisker late. And he gets there just a little bit late. Good connection, touchdown. And, it was recognition by Ripley's defense. They were just a little bit late getting there.
Yeah, Connor Pritt almost with a sack. Chris Jenkins almost with a pick, but instead it's 6.
It's 6 points for the Indians.
Balog to kick the extra point, straight on, right footer. Get the kicking shoe out. He'll put it up and through, and 7:22 left here in the first. Sissonville answers. We're knotted up at 7-all. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
For nearly 50 years, CAS Cable has been proudly serving the Mid-Ohio Valley with cable TV, internet, and home phone. Our commitment has always been to provide the best possible experience and service for our customers. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. Call us today or visit us online and see what we can do for you. CAS Cable, proud to be part of our community.
Sissonville puts the boot to it up, or tied now at 7, and going to be downed very ungracefully by Parker Keller. He tried to catch it just as it hit the ground, and his knees hit, and that's where Ripley is going to start with the football, tied up at 7-all.
Just had a little bit of a knuckleball effect on that kick, and the up back just tried to kind of field it, but just like you said, he fell to his knees and ball blown dead immediately.
So Connor Pritt only needed 3 plays to get into the end zone last time. We'll see what he can do this time. And he's going to throw on first down, heaves it down the far sideline, has a man over there, overthrown out of bounds, no flag. Good coverage there by Scott. Ball intended for Connor Pritt, and he is still down.
That was kind of an in-between coverage right there. You didn't know if it was just enough for that official to reach for the handkerchief, but he did not. And it looked like he had his back to the receiver, so he was looking more at the football. So I think it was a good no call.
And they are going to, with Connor Pritt out, he's out of the playing area, so he's still down over there. Tyson Pritt, the quarterback, will call for the ball on 2nd and 10. And on the ground, they go to Noah Casto. Casto flags down behind him as he runs out across the 40 to about the 41, but this one might be coming back.
just by flag location, you just
Holding.
think of the tendency of what that could be. And about 8 times out of 10, you're going to get a holding call there.
Yeah, the great seal on the end. There's a reason there was a great seal on the end. And it is a hold against the Vikings. So this one's going to come back. And kind of surprised that Ripley hasn't come out more tried a power run to kind of establish themselves in this game. They want to, play pitch and catch here. Second and 20.
You can look at their stats, and they know how to throw the ball, but that's just their running game is what kind of brings them to the dance. So, yeah, you'd think that's where they would stay.
They'll try it on the ground to Noah Casto, and he's going to be sniffed out in the backfield and dropped inside the 15.
Good inside rush there by number 24, Kyson Stone, and he blew up that play. And that's another thing, you do want to establish the run, but Casto is their big runner, so sometimes there's just going to be a couple guys just laser sights on number 2 right now. Make sure he gets knocked down.
3rd and 23 for the Vikings here, and Pritt to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Throws to the near sideline. Ball is complete to Chris Jenkins, and Jenkins will be short of the 25-yard line. It's going to be 4th and about 14.
That was a pretty good sequence of downs there for Sissonville. A great inside rush on the play before, and really good downfield coverage. I mean, really, Pritt had few options, and the one that he ended up going to, there was no way they were going to get that first down.
Jenkins did his best. Some fancy footwork there to A, stay in bounds, and B, get positive yards, but just still, that was too big of a hole to get out of. So Ripley will punt it away for the first time tonight.
Good
beauty. Holy smokes. Yeah, you're going to want to let that one go, but he does not. This is Brody Scott. Will come up the near sideline and go out at the 35.
I think
my coach hat says you don't touch that ball.
And I think probably the Ripley guy that was running down this field, like, he's not going to pick that up.
No way.
He did, and he was able to run right by him. Yeah. So good job, but just kind of fielding the punt. It was a tremendous punt, by the way.
What a boot.
And a good couple of yards there to kind of mess with the net a little bit.
And credit where credit is due to the punter, Parker Keller.
Yes, that was a tremendous punt. 4-receiver set once again.
Maddox Baylog likes that twin receivers each way. Stone is the sidecar. 5:36 first quarter. We're tied at 7. Puts a man in motion and Baylog to throw. Pressure off the corner. Gets loose and will throw a duck out of bounds. Live to play another day.
Good job.
But fantastic pursuit there from Davin Rose, number 7 for Ripley, getting in there and blowing that one up in the backfield.
Yeah, I completely just threw off the timing for Baylog, but he did a good job of doing some ad-libbing there just to make sure that no interception, and just like you said, Live to play on at a 2nd and 10 instead of a massive loss.
Stone will take it around the right corner this time. Across the 40 out to the 44-yard line.
He just kind of got to the tackle, just skipped right around, and head low. Good 2nd down gain there. Got the halfway, and then you got a 3rd and manageable here. Just a good run.
3rd and 5 here for the Indians as we close in on 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Both teams scoring on their opening possession. Ripley punting away just a couple minutes ago, and now Sissonville trying to get on top. They'll go with that 4-receiver set again. Maddox Baylog to throw. 3rd and 5 across the middle, just too high, intended for receiver Deacon Moore, number 9, and Moore had to kind of go up and take a stab at it, but it was just out of his reach. It'll be 4th down.
And the problem with a pass like that, too, even though I thought it was pretty good, you hear those footsteps of the safety making your way. You just kind of, that kind of makes
somebody's ready to blow you.
You're ready. You're thinking, hey, somebody could be there to just to end the day for you. So he might have just was thinking about that. I don't know. You got to come down with that catch, though. It was a bit of a high throw. You still got to come down with that catch. 4th down, going for it.
4th and 5, and they're going to go for it out near midfield. Ooh. Oh no! And did they draw him across? Oh! Offsides on the defense, and that should be a 1st down. They mark it off if it's exactly 5, right?
Yep. They're eyeballing it. Oh, all right.
Yep. Change the marker. It is first down. Wow. They quick counted them, and Ripley jumps across.
We're on top of the press box where our broadcast location is, but the sidecar right next to us is the Ripley coaching staff. They were not happy with that change.
I can't imagine.
With that turn of events right there.
3 receivers to the bottom for Baylog here on 1st and 10 near midfield. Near side screen, flags down. Brody Scott with the catch into Ripley territory at the 45, and we'll check on the laundry.
Might be a formation penalty. No, I think I saw that side judge do the
hold.
Do the holding sign.
That'll move him back 10 yards.
You call those screen passes, that usually means there's got to be a lineman that's got to move quickly from his position downfield to make that tackle.
You got to pull.
Yeah, so probably in his excitement, he probably grabbed onto his shirt as he was making his way down there.
1st and 20 after the holding penalty as we close in on 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Baylog with 4 receivers puts a man in motion. And now a flag from the back judge.
Ball start. Somebody moved up front.
So the holding penalty just got worse.
So the wheels are not completely off the cart, but I'd say one of the tires is flat right now. 2 consecutive penalties, 15 yards.
After you get a big first down on that penalty.
So good forward movement. Now a first down at 25. There's not a whole lot of plays in the playbook that are good for that sort of situation. You just got to get
bite at a time, buddy.
chunks.
It's a bite at a time. That's how you eat an elephant. It's a bite at a time. Here's Stone. He'll try between the tackles, and that's good for a couple of yards. Well, say Baylog came out with the football. I don't know if they got knocked away from him late or not, but they're saying forward progress is a couple of yards.
Yeah, I think the whistle sounded before the ball hit the turf. I mean, that's what they're going with anyway, but interesting call with the 1st and 25, inside dive.
2nd and 23. Baylog, near side.
Nice.
Up the ladder goes Brody Scott to make the hit or make the catch, and he got drilled, and this is going to be targeting.
It's going to be either that or just defenseless right there. And again, on that play that we talked about earlier, I know that's what the receiver was thinking when that pass was coming in. That time he makes the catch, and he also took the hit.
Stretches out, goes up the ladder, and we could hear that pop up here, and then the flags came a-flying. So we'll see what the penalty is. Either way, I believe it's an automatic first down if it's going to go on the defense.
Did they call a hold?
I think he's personal foul.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll be a personal foul, so 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
It's a tough interpretation too, because you know what, you have to deliver a hit. What if the kid lands on the ground and you try to do an arm
where
tackle?
his midsection was is now where his head was.
Yeah. And the thing is, what do you try to an arm tackle? He can just shoo you away and then run up the. I mean, you got to deliver a little bit of a hit.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to protect the kids a little bit.
Stone behind a wall of blockers will get down to about the 34-yard line. So this drive continues for Sissonville after it looked like it was going to sputter out due to penalties.
Yeah.
What was going to be a good play anyway got turned into a big yard gainer thanks to the unsportsmanlike penalty. 2:20.
Well, it's been a good drive up to this point that they kind of hurt themselves a little bit. So aided by that penalty now, they're going back to what's working for them. Nice little off-tackle run there. Good for 4.
Here's Stone again. Trips over some feet as he goes across the line of scrimmage for a couple yards. It'll bring up 3rd and about 3 or 4.
Good outside rush by the outside linebacker there, Cooper Durst. But the problem is by the time he got really in good position, the run was already well executed up the field. A good inside push by the interior offensive lineman for Sissonville. And again, manageable 3rd down. This is okay, 3rd and 5. They can work with this.
We're going to say 3rd and 5 here after the spot. They'll go another time to Stone. I think they knew they were going to go for it on 4th down regardless.
Yep.
He'll get a couple more yards, and it'll be 4th and about 2 or 3. They mark him at the 31. Looks like he needs the 28 for a 1st down. And no hesitation from Coach Hairston.
There was. This was already 4-down territory. I think, and that outside run has been working, but it was a good job by Ripley to sniff that one out and just leave it to a yard gain. But let's see what they do with this 4th and 3.
Baylog trying to draw him across like he did on the previous 4th down. And now Sissonville is going to burn a timeout with 55 seconds on the clock. That may have been, let's see if we can get him and get a cheap one. This time Ripley not falling for it.
I was going to say it worked once, so why not see if you're going to do it. But on the other side of the coin there, Ripley is now very well aware of what they were trying to do.
Yeah. Next Friday night, we're back in Ohio at Don Drum Stadium to watch the Marietta Tigers host the Point Pleasant Big Blacks. Ought to be a great game there next week. Make sure you join us Friday night. The lovely and talented Mike Cameron and I'm okay looking. I have good personality. So we'll be back next week in Marietta for high school football here on CAS 45. You can always go to cascable.com, click on the CAS 45 tab, and get our whole schedule. It's going to be basketball season sooner than later.
Stop.
You know that?
This is going too fast.
4th and 3 for Sissonville. Baylog with Stone, high snap, brings it down, pressure off the corner, throws it across, complete, and then knocked away.
Are they going to get him again?
Oh, no, another flag caught by Nathan Young, and then the hammer gets dropped on him. I didn't see the number.
I tell you,
who hit him.
Baylog must have just ice water in his veins. He knew that rush was coming. He delivered a good pass, and it was pinpoint, too, because it went in between 2 different Ripley defenders.
Was it 10 Caleb Parsons that made the hit? I timed it pretty good and knocked the ball away from Young, I thought, but we'll see what the flag is here from our official.
It wasn't late, so it had to have been just the volume of the hit. But, again, I say to you, Brian, I mean, how do you play football this way? This is the way you're supposed to play football. What are you supposed to tell these kids? Yeah. You got to bring the kid down, and I don't think there was anything nefarious with that hit.
Yeah. The Zebras are getting an earful from the fans in blue and white, but nonetheless, it's 1st down Sissonville, 49 seconds left here in the opening frame of a 7-7 game. Indians on the doorstep. Baylog throws under pressure, got hit as he throws, and skips that one incomplete.
That time it was just too much. And I think was it 13 that got in there on that outside rush there. Ryan Campbell, that time Baylog did not have any time, and I think that was actually kind of partially knocked out of his hand. Definitely disrupted the spiral of the football.
It looks like the Sissonville offensive line can be had on the ends. You blitz up the middle, but just a straight rush off the ends, and you can get back into the backfield.
But if you got your timing down with those 3-step drops, get rid of the football. That's that's working for him tonight. Look at that inside rush. Oh!
Screen pass, flag down, dropped, and we'll see what the flag is. And it's going to be on Sissonville. I think it's going to be an illegal shift. If I'm looking, he's talking to Coach Simon on the far sideline to see if you want to decline that and take the play. Yep. Legal shift on the offense declined. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, and that was your classic on the connection there. That was your classic. He started to run before he catch the ball there.
They were setting up screen pass the whole way, and the Vikings were all coming.
Yeah, there was 5 white shirts in there. Stone could have ran all day. Unfortunately, there would have been a penalty anyway. But
empty set here for Baylog on 3rd and 10. Under pressure, and he's going to get sacked. They finally get home. Do the Ripley defenders. Cody Lawrence in there to make the hit.
They sent the house that time. Both outside linebackers came in, and Baylog had no time to execute the play. Now they've already established that they're willing to go for it, but this is a more lengthy 4th down.
It is, and they're going to let the clock expire and go to the 2nd quarter and have some time to talk about this one. After 1, we are tied up 7-all, Ripley and Sissonville, here and the home of the Indians. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Why choose One Community Federal Credit Union as your financial partner? We reward you. Earn high interest on savings and CDs. Get rewards with your debit card. Enjoy lower interest on loans and pay low or no service fees. We're accessible. Manage your money from anywhere with our convenient, secure mobile app and online banking. And we're trustworthy. As one of the first credit unions in our area, we've been serving the Mid-Ohio Valley for over 65 years. Get more in 24. Become a member today. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
It's spooky season, so I'm getting my costume ready. But you don't have to be afraid of slow internet speeds or high prices with internet from CAS Cable. When you sign up for high-speed internet or bundle it with dependable cable TV, you can save up to $35 a month. This is one deal you can count on.
Mike's laughing at the bat on a stick because that's high quality television is what that is. Second quarter here.
I love that highbrow entertainment.
And Sissonville on 4th and about 15 after the sack are going to line up to attempt a field goal here. This will be Maddox Baylog, a 38-yarder. And it is going to be blocked by the Vikings.
That's a free ball.
And picked up and returned. Going the other way is Cody Lawrence. And Cody Lawrence is going to score his second touchdown tonight for the Ripley Vikings.
Good interior rush. It could have been a couple of guys that could have got a hand on that ball, but a good clean block. And again, it's a situation. I don't know if Sissonville was aware of the fact that
that's
still
free
up
ball.
for grabs. This play is not over. And good awareness by Ripley to pick it up and take it to the house. And that is a horrible turn of events for Sissonville.
After that long drive and getting so close to the end zone, a blocked field goal, returned for a touchdown. Wow. Again, Cody Lawrence, his second long touchdown, 57-yard reception for a score on the opening drive of the game. And now about a 65-yard kick block return. Block kick return, kick block return. Return.
Say tomato, I say tomato.
Parker Keller up and through and just into the second quarter. One play into the second quarter. It's 14-7 Ripley.
Well, that's not how you draw it up. I mean.
Is it?
No.
Is that not how you? Thank you for dropping that insight on me, Mike, that's not how you draw that up.
I mean, and I think that was a tough ask for Baylog to connect on that field goal anyway. I would have gone for it as well. I mean, it's easy. We're not getting paid to do that, to make these kind of decisions, so it's easy for us to just say what we want to say. But yeah, I'd say go get the yardage that you need to get. But good interior rush there by Ripley. Ripley caused that. Ripley got in there. There were multiple hands in there that could have blocked that field goal, and then they just were Johnny on the spot to pick it up and take it back to the house.
So Sissonville with a lot of positives to build on, but end up giving up 7 the other way. Last week against Pikeview, got close to the end zone a couple of times with drives shut down by interceptions. And this time it's a blocked field goal that comes back to bite him. It's 14-7 Ripley.
Coach Hairston just needs to instill in these kids that it has been working. What they have been doing this evening in this short body of work has been working. There's been a lot of times when it's been 3-4 steps forward, maybe 1 step back. But
we can run on them. We can throw on them. We just got to it's just got to plug in together.
They are putting some decent offense together against this Ripley team. Don't get down. Get this next possession, and you can see what you can do. But right now, you can also see on the Ripley side, defense is getting a little amped up.
Parker Keller will kick it deep. It'll go into the end zone for a touchback. And the Sissonville offense back onto the field, now trailing 14-7.
Keep these offensive linemen, stay on your blocks. Make sure that Baylog has 3 seconds to make that connection. Those inside passes, anything in the middle of the field right now has been really good. It's been more of making sure the receiver makes that catch. So it's working. Got to just 3 steps and pop there for Baylog.
3 receivers to the bottom for Baylog here. Maddox Baylog, the sophomore quarterback. He'll roll this side, throws, completes to Brody Scott. Scott will be brought down inbounds at about the 24.
It's that old West Coast offense where a throw is basically a good running play right there. Easy connection there, 4 yards there, and if you keep getting 4-yard gains, you keep moving the ball, right? Just by mathematics alone. Am I correct with that?
I believe that's how that works.
4 yards? Keep getting those 4 yards. Usually good things will happen.
3 times 4 is 12. That's first down.
Right. There you go. I thought I had something right there.
Math.
Nerd.
3 receivers topside.
Oh.
Baylog running for his life now. Gets a nice block. Will cut it loose across the middle. Too tall for a couple of receivers. Looking for Scott there. Had a couple guys in the area. Too tall for Scott, but Baylog running for his life to the near sideline.
I think
incomplete.
I think quite possibly the intended receiver was young on that one, but Scott did cut through there. If he would have just been a couple inches taller, a little bit more vertical there, he might have been able to make that connection.
Wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her.
Baylog once again was able to make the escape there and keep the play alive. So credit him on that play. And, we're still working on the gain from first down too, so it's 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 6, they'll go back to that twin receiver each way, 4 wide look. It's Moore in motion, putting 3 receivers to the top. Baylog has to collect the snap, sets his feet, throws across the middle just behind his receiver. Intended for Scott, incomplete. And 4th and 6 will bring out the punt team.
That snap messes with the timing. And then also he kind of was rolling to the left there, trying to throw across his body. So it was going to be a tough play, and it was a tough play from the start. He was able to make that connection, though. He was right alone in the middle of the field. That would have been a nice first down gain.
First punt of the day for Sissonville as number 3, Chase Harding, is deep to kick it away. Puts the boot to it, end over end kick. Will take a big hop at midfield and go out of bounds on the Vikings side of the field at the 44.5.
Ripley will have some pretty good field position to start this next drive. A little disappointing their drive for Sissonville, but, Ripley is amping up their blitz quite a bit, so that was messing with the timing a little bit. But I'm sure Coach Harrison wanted a little bit more out of that drive. Let's see what Ripley now can do on the way back down the field.
Vikings last time with the football, not much to speak of. Ended up scoring a defensive touchdown. So Tyson Pritt with his offense back out on the field out of the shotgun, calls for it on first down. Hands it off to Casto. He's got room to run around the right side. Nice stutter step. Another move, and he's still on his feet. Casto shifting, sliding, and he's inside the 20. A huge chunk of yards for the Vikings.
So many good things about that run. First thing first, great job by the right side of the Ripley offensive line. They sealed off everything. He had smooth sailing to get to the outside, and then you get a little more help from your friends, too, when you got good blocking from your downfield receivers. Yeah, that little shape-shifting stuff he did at the end. He got a couple extra yards on that, but that was a lot of his friends. And then I got a little trickeration now.
Jet sweep to Chris Jenkins as he will come around and run full speed into John Wheeler. Upends him.
Wheeler just grabbed as much fabric as he could get a hold of, and he was able to wrangle him down any way possible.
Every which way but loose, some would say. 2nd and about 7 for the Vikings as they're starting to feel a little momentum shift here. Britt will hand off to Casto. Casto lost the football. Covered up by the Indians. First down Indians, but it'll be at their own 2-yard line, but Casto coughs it up at the 5.
Casto would have not scored on that play, but he would have been inside the 5-yard line, but he just I don't know if it was stripped out of his hands or if he just dropped it.
Look at it, hanging his head as he comes off the field. He knows he just lost it. That close to the pay dirt. So the Indians, good news, you got the ball back. Bad news is you're 6 feet away from giving up a safety. Baylog will stand on the D in the end zone and call for the football on first down. And did he draw him across again?
There was a lot of movement on both sides. It's going to be just a pure interpretation.
That's going to go against Ripley.
Encroachment.
So a little bit of room there.
That helps.
First and 5. Every little bit. A bite at a time, buddy. A bite at a time. First and 5 for the Indians. Stone on the ground. Nice hold to the left side. He's out across the 10 and near a first down.
Too. Good. I mean, and that was just pure. I mean, he got the handoff, and I think he was moving faster than the blocking was. He shot into the middle of that gap there before anybody was really making any sort of headway at all on those blocks. First down, nice little run there. Little chunks at a time.
First down for the Indians. Trailing by 7 here in the second quarter. Stone again. And he's into the linebackers before he gets hit. Another 5 or so yards. Running hard for just a freshman.
Good block gap there put out there by the guard and the tackle there for Sissonville. Just created just enough of an alleyway for him to get, again, just about halfway. So very efficient so far in this drive. But they got a long way to go still.
Play clock inside 10. Inside 5. Baylog calls for it at 2. Throws. Nice snag there by Nathan Young on a crossing route out across the 30. First down, Indians.
Good timing play once again. Baylog had just the amount of time that he needed. 3-step drop and a quick throw, and a great job there by the receiver just to step inside. He beat his assignment there. Well done. Move those chains.
Four receiver set here, and it'll be Kyson Stone, and the Vikings were waiting for him that time.
They really did a great job of sniffing that play out. And everybody kind of stayed home on that one. Nobody oversold, nobody overcommitted there. They kept on their assignments there, and they waited for the runner to run to them, basically. Good stop on first down. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Cooper Durst, 44. Noah Hall, 63, both in there on the initial hit, 2nd and 10. Inside 8 minutes here of the second quarter, 14-7 in favor of the Ripley Vikings. Baylog to throw on 2nd and 10 and incomplete. Short-armed it just a little bit out to Deacon Moore, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10.
I don't know. They might have been okay with him not making that catch, because if he makes that catch, I think Ripley drops him for a loss. So that might be just one of those, unfortunate happy accidents there. They get to have the clock stopped and try a 3rd and 10 now. I think that would have been at least a 3 or 4 yard loss.
Sophomore Maddox Baylog. Kyson Stone the back alongside. Baylog to throw on 3rd down. Hits his man across the middle out to the 42-yard line. Going to be just short. Deacon Moore again with the catch. And I think he's going to be just a hair short.
This Baylog kid is the real deal. He just stands in there.
Oh, they're going to go ahead and move the chains.
I thought it was close. I was not real. Well, is he moving back?
Now the officials want a timeout here. I thought he was short, and they started moving the chains, but it looks like he's a good 1.5 feet short. Are they going to measure it, or we're just going to eyeball it? Now they're going to measure it here. Mike, I think he's a good length of the football shirt.
They did a good job of throwing to the stick, but I don't know. 6 inches, maybe.
It's closer than I thought it was. That's for sure. And with the rate you've been getting them to jump, on a hard snap call.
Let's see how disciplined Ripley is.
They got to be looking for it, right?
Or you could also do the other end of the thing, do a quick count. Nope, looks like they're not only are they not doing that. Well, okay, now he comes up in the under center.
And they are going to go tush push, and they were moving. This is going to come back, I think, regardless. Lost the football, but they're saying he was down, but there was a flag thrown. Yep.
Legal shift, legal formation. Disastrous.
I was going to say, I believe the running back was already moving forward when they snapped the ball. So
I can hear the coaching staff right now. Do we want to decline the penalty? If you decline the penalty, it's a first down for
Ripley.
Yeah.
Taking it.
Well, if they decline the penalty, didn't he have enough for the first down? Well, I don't think they can decline the penalty. There's a lot of interesting conversations going on between
I guess it depends on if it's a dead ball, if they whistle the play dead before it even starts. They're going to move it back, and it's going to be fourth down, and Sissonville's going to have to punt, is basically what this boils down to.
Oh, no.
And number 8, Ethan Kay, jumps across, and that should put it right back up
that middle
near the first down stick.
There's a guy about 5 yards behind the line for Sissonville, and he's doing like this little, he's basically
That's
saying.
the signal to snap the ball.
And I think Kay was timing that. He's seen that now on 2 different occasions. So he was timing that, but it did not happen in the sequence that he was hoping in.
So let's have a discussion.
Oh, they're going to
no! Wow! How the turns have tabled. And it's going to be fourth down and 10.
Well, Kay's sitting there saying, told ya!
Actually, fourth and 11. So the Indians will punt again as we close in on 7 minutes to go. No pressure here from the Vikings.
Yeah, they stayed behind this time.
And that was straight up, headed for midfield. Got to watch the white jerseys, make sure it doesn't kick off one of them, and it's going to get down at the 49-yard line on the Viking side. First and 10 for Ripley, leading 14-7 with 6:49 left until halftime. Brian Guthrie, Mike Cameron here at Joe Sawyer Field in Sissonville in the Kanawha Valley with the renewal of a rivalry. Try saying that a bunch of times
Renewal
fast.
of a rivalry. What's the name of the trophy again? Lions Club?
The Lions Club trophy. I want to see it. I don't know. I haven't seen it. We'll have to see if we can find it. I want to see what that bad boy looks like. First and 10, Ripley in midfield. Tyson Pritt to throw on first down. Swing pass out into the flat, complete.
Good blocking.
Cody
downfield.
Lawrence.
Oh, well,
Cody Lawrence is gone. Flags are down. He's into the end zone, but I believe this is coming back.
I just said good blocking downfield, and I did not even get half of that sentence out when the back judge said, nope, he didn't like that one. Well, there's been some really, really costly penalties in this game.
Both ways.
Both teams have experienced that unfortunate feeling.
Personal foul, blind side block.
Oh my, okay.
But that's from the spot of the foul.
Right.
So it comes back. It'll be first and 12. They actually only lose 2 yards in the grand scheme of things, but a touchdown does come off the board. Britt puts his man in motion. That is Jenkins. And we'll hand it off to Casto. Casto with room to run near side. And Casto puts on the Jets. He's inside the 30. Shifts inside.
Oh,
nice move.
Goodness.
Oh, my. Casto in for the score.
Of the day.
Wow.
Great blocking there by the front line. Good pulling there by the guard and tackle. That sprung him.
I'll put on the brakes. He'll fly right by.
Little dipsy-do there. Oh, my goodness. You thought, well, I mean, okay, we ran all this way. I'm going to bring you down now. Nope, Casto says.
Not so fast,
Enough of that tomfoolery.
Oh, not tomfoolery. Casto with another highlight reel run.
Oh, that was
had
play
one
of the day.
earlier in the quarter, and now this one he punches in for his first touchdown. Extra point is up and good. 6:08 left here in the second quarter. Ripley adds to their lead, 21-7 over Sissonville. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
Family-owned CAS Cable takes pride in serving friends and family in its community. So CAS is extending its services to Kanawha County, here in the heart of West Virginia. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. We live here. We work here. CAS is happy to call Kanawha County home. For exceptional residential and commercial services, call CAS today.
21-7 in favor of Ripley. 6:08 left here in the second. And Mike, we were just talking in the break there. Sissonville has played well, but Ripley has just come up with some big play, like big pass completion, big run, big field goal block. That's all three of their scores.
Yep, they're doing great on every phase of the game, offense, defense, and also the special teams, running and passing too. If you're just joining us, this 21-7 score right now, a little bit. It's not really telling you the story of the game. Sissonville is playing some good football. They have just experiencing some really weird things happening tonight.
Here's Nathan Young, a fantastic kick return here. He runs from one sideline to the other. He ran about 80 yards to get about 30, but out to about the 34-yard line and a first down for Sissonville on the kick return.
And their field position right now has been kind of a weird thing, too. I mean, they actually had to start a drive on their own 2-yard line, which was a good thing.
Forced a turnover.
Yeah. So it was a good thing in that situation. But, yeah, now they've got a good field position here. Let's see what they can do with this drive. 5:57 left in the half. One got.
And flags before the snap. It wasn't a delay.
This might be
illegal substitution on the Vikings. And you want to get yelled at by a coach, be the 12th guy. So free 5.
There's been a lot of very unfortunate penalties in this game, too. That's probably the one thing that's pulled this game down a little bit.
Baylog to throw on first down. Complete out to Young. Young was going to try and stretch forward out to the 49 and a first down for Sissonville.
And again, Coach Hairston has this to still feel good about. That passing game, that 3-step drop, quick hits on the receivers.
Slants, outs.
These are working, and you can work with that. There's plenty of time left in this game. You can work with that. And that is one part of the game that is working tonight for the Indians, and they just got to keep hitting it.
Slants and outs. Baylog.
There you go.
Going to throw a slant and an out. That one's Young again. That's the same play. Complete to the 45. That's good for about 6.
And again, it is a cause and effect kind of thing. So now that's worked on a couple of plays now. That's going to get your defensive secondary to creep in a little bit more. And now this is a good time for maybe one of those
pitch
gap plays. Yeah, yeah, something that's going to go. Just an interior handoff could probably go for anywhere from 8 to 10 yards. Because now they're starting to key. It's effective on the outside right now. That opens up the running game. Well, it wasn't 8 yards, but it was good.
Kyson Stone runs hard, and he's going to be out near the first down marker, and they're eyeballing it and short by a foot or two. Third down, inside 5 minutes to go.
How many third and fourth and shorts have we seen tonight? I mean,
we've seen Ripley jump twice. We've seen Sissonville move once.
Creeping into the box. Oh,
Baylog will run it himself, first down, as he's inside the 40.
And that was designed. That was designed.
He was running that the whole way, gave himself up.
Sometimes that you might think, oh, that might be a broken play. No, that was a good ball fake there, and Baylog did the rest himself, just enough to move the chains to keep the drive alive.
Coming up at the half, make sure you stay with us as we will show you the halftime performances from the marching bands. The Ripley Marching Band over there warming up. They were the grand champion at the Parkersburg South Invitational last weekend. And the Sissonville Band also getting warmed up. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Just part of the Friday Night Lights experience.
Baylog wants to go deep, has a man, overthrown by just a couple of yards. Wanted Young out there along the far sideline.
That was one of those little hitch and goes there. Baylog just out. Oh, he overthrew by about 5 yards or so, but good play call, and the defensive secondary on the hitch.
Yeah, Parker Keller was out there. He ended up closing up in time, but it was overthrown, both of them. So good time to take a shot like that on first and 10.
Good play call. Keeps everybody honest.
So 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line for the Indians. Baylog across the middle. That's Young on a slant. He's got room to run inside the 20 and will be brought down at the 17-yard line.
Good once again, and it's all timing. Step, 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 fire, and when
please be in your spot.
Yes, and the receiver made a great catch, and the zone. Did you notice the zone was a little bit deeper that time? Yeah. That gave him plenty of room to run there. That's very, very soft coverage on that play.
That's the cool part and the very dangerous part about that kind of offense is the quarterback's throw into a spot. You'd better be there.
Exactly, and then he was there, made a good catch. Good yards after the catch, too.
There's Stone skipping around the left side. See what I did there? Stone skipping around the left side.
That's why
down to about the 11.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
You guys are getting paid?
I had 3 pieces of Husson's Pizza. How much did you have? That's a good paycheck for me right there.
You've had 2 different kinds of pizza.
I know. Love
free
them Friday nights.
Other free.
Love them Friday nights.
2nd down and about 5. Mark it at the 12-yard line. Closing in on 3 minutes to go until the break. Sissonville needing some points here. Baylog to throw.
Oh.
End zone. Caught. Need to lean across. No signal. Touchdown. Sissonville. Brody Scott leans in. And here you see it on the replay. Baylog again just kind of throw into a spot, let his receiver run into it, and Scott leans across and gets the touchdown.
That is one of the ways that you beat that good interior blitz is timing. And you're right, he's thrown to a spot. His receivers have been there each time, and that was a good effort to not only make the catch but lean in and get that score. This is just the drive that they needed. Well, this play got blown up.
Extra point is going awry, flips it back to Baylog. He's just going to throw it to the end zone, and that is going to be knocked away. But regardless, 2:58 left until the half, and Sissonville back on the board, 21-13. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Why choose One Community Federal Credit Union as your financial partner? We reward you. Earn high interest on savings and CDs. Get rewards with your debit card. Enjoy lower interest on loans and pay low or no service fees. We're accessible. Manage your money from anywhere with our convenient, secure mobile app and online banking. And we're trustworthy. As one of the first credit unions in our area, we've been serving the Mid-Ohio Valley for over 65 years. Get more in 24. Become a member today. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
Back here in Sissonville next Friday night. Make sure you join us. We'll be at Don Drum Stadium for the Marietta Tigers, hosting the Point Pleasant Big Blacks. So we'll be back on the air next Friday night for more high school football. That actually is our last high school game. So that's where we wrap our season up. And then we also have 2 Marietta College home games left to go.
This season just has been moving at such a rapid pace.
It is. Again, go to cascable.com and the CAS 45 page. You can get our schedule, and we're going to be making that basketball schedule before too long.
I tell you, we've seen a lot of high schools, the 2 of us, over the past several years working together in radio and here too. And it's just it doesn't get any better than this. I mean, just the atmosphere, the bands are getting ready to play. It's a perfect October evening.
Yeah.
I mean, just
taken by one of the upmen. Apparently his knee touched the ground as he picked up the football, and that's where he's going to down it at the 33. Official right there on top of it. So the Vikings still with 2 timeouts and about 3 minutes to work with. Plenty of time for this high-powered offense led by Tyson Pritt, as all of their scores have been of the home run variety,
right.
50-plus yards.
Well, Sissonville did what they needed to do. Even though they did not get the conversion, they still got the big score. They cut into the lead, and they didn't leave Ripley a lot of time here at the end. But, again, a lot of the scores have been home runs. So they got to keep them off the board in these final minutes.
Casto on the ground near side. Turns the corner at the 40. There's 45, and it drops by his shoe tops at midfield. Casto, another big run.
He's got a lot of flash. He's got a lot of acceleration, but I'm still throwing the big kudos out to that big offensive line. They are getting him the openings that he needs. He's doing a lot of style there down the field, but he wouldn't get there without that initial blocking there by the line.
They're going to hurry up, go a little tempo here. Pritt throws it out. Oh, almost picked by Young, but completed out there to.
He's still on his feet.
My goodness.
They've run that play now 3 times, and I think Sissonville finally said, I think I recognize that. Oh, they just fingertips missed that. He read the play. He tried to get into the passing lane and stop it.
Yep.
And that would have been a pick 6 for him.
But Cody Lawrence instead turns it into a huge gain for Ripley.
Not only did he escape, but yes, great yards after the catch down the field to move the chains. And this is what Sissonville didn't want with this short amount of time left.
Pritt will keep it himself. Nice play fake to Casto, and they're going to have to run him down from behind at the 11-yard line. Wheeler saves the touchdown, but a big first down for Pritt. First and it's going to be just outside the 10, so 1st and 10 for the Vikings as they're running this hurry-up offense to perfection.
Pritt is their second leading rusher on the team. He still runs at a good clip, I think nearly 7 yards per rush as well. So, yeah, very capable from the quarterback position. And good ball fake there that sprung him loose.
Hands to Casto, left side. Directing traffic inside the 5. 2nd and 2 at the 3.
Yeah, he had a blockade in front of him. He got to inside the 5-yard line before he was touched by a black shirt there. Wonderful, wonderful up front blocking there by the Vikings. I was a lineman in high school, so I'm always going to throw them the kudos first.
And they're going to go power formation here, and they're going to bring in number 44. That is Cooper Durst to be a fullback and block for Casto, presumably. And there's the illegal substitution as they broke the huddle with 12 men. And you can't do that.
Well, did they give them the timeout or did they grant the penalty?
Not sure. Oh, right. They did. They will call a timeout. Ripley's second here of the first half. So they'll have one left with a minute flat left on the clock, leading 21-13 and having 2nd and 2 at the 3. They were going to move it back 5 yards with the illegal substitution, so they saved that to keep themselves in shouting distance of the goal line.
And they had it in their pocket.
Yeah.
You know, that was a good time to take it. They, just like you said, it saved them the yardage there. And the beautiful thing was before that penalty was, or before that stoppage of play, Ripley was looking very confident. They were smooth.
Well-oiled machine.
I mean, they were not there wasn't any urgency there. The time was ticking off the clock there. They knew exactly what they needed to do, and they knew what play they needed to run.
Durst and his fullback, Casto the tailback. They'll go to Casto, and stacked up by a wall of black jerseys.
Good.
Big defense from the Indians, knocked them back to the 5.
Good interior rush. Busted in there. 62 was the one that looked like
Braxton Finnegan.
Good job of getting inside there and making that stop. Now a little more urgent, but they still have one timeout if they need it.
Same formation. This time they'll pitch it to Casto. Durst getting in the way out there, and now Casto's going to have to reverse his field.
They had to
all the way back the other way and into the end zone for the touchdown.
They had sold out on that side, and if they just wrapped him up, it would have been a tackle for loss They smelled the play out. They had 5 guys there ready to make the stop, but they did not tackle him. And with all that selling on the other side of the field, Casto was able to make that spin, and he had enough spin to get the other side. What a tremendous job by Casto to break free and in a short amount of time get that touchdown back.
Durst made a good block out there.
Yes, he did.
But he also ended up getting in the way.
Yes.
Casto ran up his back and had to come all the way back across.
And Sissonville, like I said, they sold out. They had plenty of guys there to make the stop, but that also limited what was on the other side of the field.
Up and through, and it is Ripley 28, Sissonville 13. We'll keep it right here as we are merely 25 seconds from the half.
We said it earlier. I mean, Sissonville has played a pretty good football game, but there have been a couple of just, you just look like you take a punch to the gut with some of the things that have turned out against them in this game. And a lot of it has been to themselves, too. I'm not saying anything like that, but then you also think about it this. Ripley could easily be up another score, but they had that fumble inside the red zone. So there's plenty that they can be happy about, but there's still plenty that Sissonville will need to talk about when they get into that halftime intermission mode.
Noah Casto with 2 rushing touchdowns. Cody Lawrence with 2 touchdowns, one of them on a blocked field goal return. And that's all 28 points for Ripley. And at this point, I think you take a knee, head to the locker room.
Yep.
As Sissonville, correct me if I'm wrong, will get the ball first to start the second half.
You are correct,
Ripley opened the game with the ball and scored on their 3rd play.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, I mean, Sissonville did what they needed to do, but they just, I don't know, it's tough to measure it out, but they put a little bit too much time left on the board for Ripley.
.25 seconds on the clock. Sissonville, a couple timeouts in their pocket if they wish to use them. Line drive taken by one of the up men. One of the big boys is running it back to 30, 35, and out to the 40.
That's
looking for that thick 6.
Line. That's a lineman's dream right there.
Yeah, right there, man. You're writing the numbers, baby. I'm bringing it. They teach you to fall on it, and only the most well-disciplined men will. Any of them other big boys, you hit them with the ball, and it's my chance to shine.
And he's getting lots of loving on the sideline right now, too. Heck of a run. Good job.
So Sissonville can run it one time and head to the locker room. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at both the Ripley and Sissonville marching bands, so make sure you hang out for that. Maddox Baylog, the sophomore quarterback, lines up on 1st and 10 with 18 seconds on the clock. And he wants to throw on 1st down and completes it to Young, who has across midfield for a 1st down. And maybe they're trying to get into range for a Hail Mary shot.
That was a good chunk of yardage that didn't take much time at all, and he had the presence of mind to get out of bounds. Kudos on that play.
The Vikings are going to back off. I guess you take what they're giving you.
And that's where they've been. That's their success too right now, is those out patterns close to the sideline. So you might have, if you do that, you might have room for 2 more.
Baylog to throw again, this time across the middle, complete to Deacon Moore. Moore stays on his feet down to the 35, 6 seconds on the clock. Stop the clock for the 1st down, and timeout Sissonville. Coach Hairston using the old PlayStation playbook here. There's time on the clock, baby. We're running some plays. I'm Mr. Conservative up here just saying take a knee, run it into the line, call it a day. And they're at the 37.
There are lots of plays that you can think about now. You work on these situations and you work on these scenarios, so you put yourself in a good place. I mean, there's 6 seconds left. That's probably, at this point, that's one more play, but you gave yourself a shot with 6 seconds left and only 37 yards to cover. And who knows?
From the fans. Encouragement.
And who knows? They might have a little trickeration up their sleeve. There might be some little special gadget play.
Not the old hook and lateral.
We're thinking on the same wavelength again. I totally run
wander down the field acting like I'm lost. And a bad snap. A bad snap is going to be, how are they going to burn another timeout? Timeout Sissonville with 3 seconds left as the snap came rolling back to Baylog, and he had to fall on it at the 40.
So that's unfortunate, but they still had that timeout in their pocket to kind of cover that mistake. Still got a shot with 3.2 seconds left. But now you got to heave it another 3 yards now.
I don't even know if he's ever had enough time to actually throw it 40 yards. And you may not have to, you run one of those crossing patterns there and just hope for the best.
Yep.
And somebody might get loose. But I admire the aggressiveness here on the offensive
take the
side.
shot. And you're right, too. I mean, maybe Ripley was kind of thinking the same thing, and they have not been playing this as aggressively as they have. So they're kind of using that against them. Let's see what they do with this 3.2-second play.
3 down linemen, 2 backers, and Baylog is going to get swamped, and he is going to get thrown down for a sack by Durst back in his own end of the field, and that is how the half is going to end. This one was blown up from the get-go, and Durst almost untouched right through the line.
They're a timing offense, and you actually brought it up. He has not really had enough time to set back and throw a Hail Mary like that, or even just a long bomb. So they just didn't give him the time that they needed on that play. Got blown up, and we go to halftime.
28-13 at the half. When we come back, marching band time. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
For nearly 50 years, CAS Cable has been proudly serving the Mid-Ohio Valley with cable TV, internet, and home phone. Our commitment has always been to provide the best possible experience and service for our customers. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. Call us today or visit us online and see what we can do for you. CAS Cable, proud to be part of our community.
When you call the Basement Doctor West Virginia, you know you've called the right place. We'll help you solve the worst problems in your basement or crawl space, from bowed walls, cracks to water, mold, and more.
Our experienced and well-trained crews will carry out the repairs, leaving you with a drier, cleaner, healthier, safer, and more energy-efficient home. Plus, you get a lifetime transferable warranty.
You can trust the Basement Doctor of West Virginia. Call now at 877-DRY-TIME or visit basementdoctorwv.com.
Last fall, I went to a West Virginia game, and I had a hard time getting up the steps. I knew something was wrong. My cardiologist sent me to Dr. Kister in Parkersburg. When I met the man, I was totally at ease. He explained every option and what was best for me. He was gentle, kind. He made sure I knew what was going on. The care I received was remarkable. I was a nurse for 36 years, and I have never, in any hospital I've ever been in, and I've had many surgeries, received the care that I received at Camden Clark. I just feel wonderful now. I'm able to do things I haven't done for years, like walking, and just simple everyday things. I would come to Camden Clark again. Here I am a few months later, feeling great and grateful. And the next time I go to a West Virginia game at Mountaineer Stadium, I'm going to walk up those stairs a little bit easier.
Hey friends, this is Keith with Crown Decor and Gifts. It's time for our annual Fall and Halloween clearance sale, where you can save up to and including 50% off store-wide on all fall and Halloween decorations, wreaths, light-ups, yard art, clothing for children and adults, and everything you see. We have very few exclusions, and we're ready to rake out all of the fall decor to make room for Christmas. So creep on in for our Fall and Halloween clearance sale, going on right now at Crown Decor and Gifts. Welcome back to your happy place.
Plenty of it, man. Look at that floor. Look at that floor.
Let's welcome to the field, the Pride of Sissonville Marching Band, under the direction of Candace Red. Let's give a nice round of applause to the Pride of Sissonville Marching Band.
For my disc herniation, I found relief and recovery with the Cox technique. Now, I'm more active than ever.
I was in extreme pain and had an MRI completed in 2021, revealing disc bulges and spinal stenosis. I couldn't do anything without experiencing radiating leg pain. I was referred to Dr. Falwell, and the treatment has given my life back.
I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease in 2009. My neurosurgeon was impressed with the results of my care with the Cox technique offered by Dr. Falwell. My surgeon recommended avoiding surgery, and I've been extremely happy with the results ever since.
The Cox table gently restores strength and flexibility of the neck and low back, providing treatment for bulging discs, arthritis, degeneration, and all bones out of place. The Cox technique and Falwell Chiropractic Clinic, your answer to relief.
I've switched.
I switched.
I've switched.
And I'm doing better with the Cox technique.
As your local real estate agent, I'm here to provide you with a wealth of information and resources to let your transaction go seamlessly from beginning to beyond the close. Allow me to partner with you as your real estate agent to achieve your goals.
We at Exit Riverbend Realty want to say thank you so very much for making us so successful. Buying or selling a home, we are your professional consulting real estate company with an office at each end of the bridge. Give us a call. See you soon.
At Fasteners and Supply in Mineral Wells, carrying items that are made in the USA means a lot to us. For us, it means we're supporting businesses that employ American workers. For our customers, it means you're getting the best quality products that are tested and proven to be of the highest quality from companies like Norseman, Bullard Abrasives, Morse, and more. We're now the first and only dealer in West Virginia with Gearhead's new fifth wheel grease. Made in the USA. We stock it at Fasteners and Supply in Mineral Wells. Check us out on Facebook or stop by today.
Call the Habitat Restore to pick up your big donations, drop off your small ones on Grand Central and 16th in Vienna, and help us build and repair. When you donate your gently used furniture, we put it through the heat treatment, price it, and put it on the sales floor. Our customers line up Wednesday through Saturday from 9 to 4 to get a great deal and to support the Habitat programs. They get really excited when they find a great deal on furniture, appliances, or construction items. It's controlled chaos at the Habitat for Humanity Restore, but we hope you love it as much as we do. Call 304-HABITAT or find us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Sissonville in the battle for the Lions Club trophy, and right now being led by the Ripley Vikings 28-13 over the homestanding Sissonville Indians. Brian Guthrie and Mike Cameron, happy to have you tuned in this evening in a game, Mike, that has been dominated by big, you could call them splash plays, home run plays by the Ripley Vikings.
Yes, Ripley has been the beneficiary of a couple of really, really big plays. The blocked kick and then return for a touchdown comes to mind. Big touchdown run for Casto as well. And there was, and there's a couple things you could be looking at too, like the fact that they were driving for a touchdown and then they coughed up the ball, and Sissonville was able to make that recovery, stopping that touchdown. But then they got it back on the block kick. So, but you know what? On the other side of the coin, Brian, I'm thinking. The score is not what you want it to be if you're Sissonville, no doubt. But, man, there have been some encouraging things seen on that
like
field tonight.
This close.
They are so close. I mean, they've made some really, really good plays. They're running pretty decent offense up and down the field. They've just been – it's been a weird game in many ways with this, a couple of the crazy things that have happened, those big splash plays that you said. But, this is an encouraging look at an up-and-coming football team.
Yeah.
Ripley's just – really good.
Yeah. Ripley 4-1, Sissonville 0-6 after an 0-10 season last year. Last week against Pikeview, they did everything they could, but the Panthers literally just ran it right down their throat, and there was nothing they could do to stop it, and just ended up wearing them down. And then in a game like this, Ripley's outnumbering them 2-1 at least.
Right.
So the line is playing both ways, and they're getting gassed, basically, is how it is. So. You got a tough running back to stop in Casto from Ripley, and then you've got a block for your quarterback against some big defensive linemen and linebackers that are just bringing pressure. I mean, they're just cutting them loose every time to see if they can get home. So it's wearing on them, but it feels like they're
there.
A player or a play or two away from just being right there and being a competitive team. Not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination. They get the ball first to start off, but when the opportunities present themselves, obviously when you have to punt from your own side of the field,
right.
that possession is not going anywhere. But when you can drive it down to the other end to get close enough to even think about attempting a field goal, which, in hindsight, maybe not the greatest idea in the world,
right.
But you have to convert those into points.
Right.
When you get inside the 30 or the 25, you got to convert those into points somehow. Otherwise, a team like Ripley is just going to wear you down.
That drive that they had, I think that they left 3 minutes left on the clock. That was a picture-perfect drive. But I even said it maybe I said it with my inner monologue. I don't know. But I was like, boy, that might be a little bit. Yeah, that might be a little bit too much time. And Ripley just, they ripped down the field. They got that touchdown back. And then the ensuing drive into the final seconds, pretty entertaining there by Sissonville as well. But that drive that they had before, that was a good-looking drive. If they can sustain like that within the rest of the game, of course, they're going to have to stop Ripley. And that running attack from the Vikings is so very good. But if they can break off a couple of nice drives like that and just get a stop on defense, the rest of this half is going to be interesting.
Getting ready to start the second half here from Joe Sawyer Field. We are atop Jerry Throckmorton press box. Jerry on the PA mic down below us. A long-standing pillar of the community.
He told us a funny story beforehand. They named the press box after him.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, but they weren't allowed to do anything about it because they, I guess the local board said, we can't do anything about that unless you've been retired for 2 years or if you passed away. And we told him, I think you probably like this option much more.
You got the good side of that one. Just wait 2 years and put the sign up.
But they did finally, and I guess they made a pretty big to-do about it, and he was like, oh, shucks. But he seems like a very nice guy, and got a golden voice, too, down there as well.
So the kick will go into the end zone, and the Indians will start themselves out at the 20-yard line. Sissonville, this is game 2 of a 4-game homestand. And the road gets no better for the Indians, as next week they will host the Winfield Generals, then get their off week, and then host Nitro, who took Ripley apart last week.
Yeah, that's a tough stretch of games right there.
Maddox Baylog, the sophomore quarterback, will throw on first down. Complete out to Brody Scott, and Scott will dive ahead for about a yard. So a quick hitter just to kind of get some of the dust off here after the half.
And Ripley, I think Ripley, they recognized that play quickly. They had a shield of guys moving to their left. There was just a kind of a wall that just kept out there.
A berserker?
Yes.
Vikings were headed that way. A longboat of Vikings was headed that way.
Hey. Oh, wait, that's the wrestler.
Killed a wabbit. That's wrong Viking. Quick hitter across the middle is complete to Deacon Moore, and he is going to be brought down at the 24-yard line. So a couple completions only get him about 4 yards. It's 3rd and 6.
That's been kind of the threshold for them. If they could keep it around 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, they've been a bit more successful. But let's see what they do with this play. Another quick hitter to the sideline can break free for a first down quite easily.
Baylog to throw. Pressure comes. Takes a shot, and it's picked. And headed back the other way is Chris Jenkins. He will be drugged down at the 18-yard line. Baylog got absolutely exploded as he got rid of that football. And we're going to see it here on the One Community Federal Credit Union replay. And the pressure, a delayed blitz. And Baylog, amazing that he got the ball even out of there as he got drilled. It sailed on him, and Jenkins made him pay.
That is just a classic hurrying the quarterback. Of course, he did take the big hit there, but you hurry the quarterback, he's not going to make the connection that he needs to.
Here's Pritt, blitz from the Indians. He will throw to the end zone, going right back to Jenkins, overthrows him, but flags are down, and Sissonville may have been offsides.
They've run that formation again, too, where the receiver goes in motion, swings around the quarterback, and goes out to the flat there.
It's going to be a procedure penalty against the Vikings.
I think there was just a lot of moving parts on that play. They've run that motion quite a bit, but that just seemed like there was a couple guys that might have been in motion at the same time.
Indians were selling out, coming after Pritt. He got a nice got a nice zip on that ball into the end zone, just out of the reach of Jenkins, but would not have mattered. And the 5-yard setback makes it 1st and 15. Back at the 25-yard line.
That play has been effective, too, because now they're starting to recognize the play Sissonville is. Now that opens up the other side of the field because they're bringing so many people to cover that screen pass.
Here they come again, and they're trying to get to Casto, selling out on the run. Casto still making people miss, finds the corner in the sideline, and will dance his way in for another touchdown.
The kid has just got tremendous escape ability. I mean, that time he didn't really get the blocking scheme that he had been throughout much of the game. He created a lot of that himself, got just to enough space on the sideline, and he was just able to scoot right down the line into the end zone.
A 3rd touchdown of the night from Noah Casto.
If my numbers are correct, he has 16 touchdowns on the year.
The hat trick tonight. Extra point is up and good, and Ripley expands the lead just into the 3rd quarter. 10:25 left here in the 3rd frame. It is 35-13 Vikings. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
For nearly 50 years, CAS Cable has been proudly serving the Mid-Ohio Valley with cable TV, internet, and home phone. Our commitment has always been to provide the best possible experience and service for our customers. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. Call us today or visit us online and see what we can do for you. CAS Cable, proud to be part of our community.
Another Viking touchdown puts Parker Keller to kick it away. This one will be returnable. This is Brody Scott trying to pick his way up across the 20 and is going to be spun down around the 23-yard line. Caleb Parsons got an arm on him and was able to bring him to the turf. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Trailing 35-13, Brian Guthrie, Mike Cameron here in Sissonville.
Yeah, we're breaking out all the terminology tonight, Brian. Now the important part of the game where you get points off of turnovers. Opening drive turnover, they hurried Baylog into that pass, get the interception, and then score basically in the next couple of plays. That is, again, 1 step forward, 3 steps back now for the Indians.
Outside of the blocked field goal, that's the first really offensive miscue, I guess, for Sissonville, as that one hits Scott right in the hands, and he does not haul it in. Would have been a 1st down, but ends up short-arming it and incomplete. And, he wants that one back.
Yeah. He had a halo of Vikings kind of hanging around him. But
halo of Vikings?
Yes, but there was definitely a soft zone there. All he has to do is collect that ball. And, and even if he just drops straight to the ground, you're moving the chains. But, yeah.
A Vikelo? A Haking? I don't know. I'm trying.
I don't know what you call a group of Vikings.
I'm trying too hard. 2nd and 10. Baylog wants to throw on 2nd down. Now flushed out of the pocket towards the far sideline. And he will throw that one right into the Ripley coaching.
Oh, no, we're going to get a late hit.
Yep, and Baylog got hit after he got rid of the football. Ethan Kay, senior linebacker, I think got there late. And it is going to be a roughing the passer play on the Vikings, and that is going to keep the Sissonville drive.
Yeah, there was the play kind of broke down anyway because he had to get flushed from the pocket, but he ran to the side of the field where he only had one teammate, so there wasn't much that he could do because he was surrounded by Vikings as well too. So they kind of get bailed out in that play with the roughing the passer penalty. But yeah, that play seemed almost doomed. As soon as he got flushed out of the pocket to the left side there, that play almost seemed doomed.
Again, the Indian line might be wearing down here against this relentless pressure from Ripley. tight formation here for the Indians, and they will put it on the ground for the first time this half, and that is going to be Kyson Stone. I wanted to make sure I get his first name right. Kyson Stone.
Just enough of an opening there by the lineman to get him pushed into that middle level, and then he got swarmed by a number of tacklers. But again, good gain on first down. Boy, they are packing the formation tightly, aren't they?
5 yards on the pickup. Stone again on 2nd and 5. Going to drag a couple of white jerseys with him out near the first down marker at the 48. And for a freshman running back.
Is he a freshman?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh, my goodness.
He's doing a heck of a job knowing that everybody's going to be keying on him in the run game.
And that's another, just like we said, the future's bright for the Indians right there. If they can keep that kid healthy as a freshman, he is making some serious strides tonight.
They'll stay in the tighter formation here. Extra protection for Baylog as time now flushed out. Will drop it short to Wheeler. Nope, not Wheeler. That's 21.
McCoy. Trenton
McCoy. First catch for him is good for about 8.
He was basically kind of just a safety valve on that play right there.
For sure.
I mean, Baylog, as soon as he got pushed out to the right there, not a lot of options down the field, but all the coverage was downfield. He was open in the flat.
And Coach Simon for Ripley wants a timeout with 8:30 to go here in the third quarter, 35-13, and Ripley will burn their first timeout of the half. 3 touchdowns from Noah Casto, 2 more from Cody Lawrence. 35-13.
And again, that doesn't completely tell the whole story of the game really right there. I mean, Ripley is we said it in the outset, before this game, we knew they were going to be able to run the ball. That is where, that's their power. That is their main scheme. But they did, one of the first things they did was break away from that tendency in the first couple of plays and throw the ball down the field. But nonetheless, Casto is a seriously good running back. He's worth the price of admission with the way he can electrify on that field. But I'm telling you, this has been it's just been some, series of unfortunate events for the Indians.
Stone again on
that could move
2nd and 3, and he's going to be close to it right at the 39.
You have a lineman that's down.
Yep, we got an Indian down.
Hunter Taylor, I believe.
It will be a first down for Sissonville at 8:24. Stop the clock for an injury here. 2 touchdowns tonight for Brody Scott for the Indians.
Yes, when the things have been clicking, I've been very impressed with. I think it's very reminiscent of that old West Coast style of offense. Just the 3-step drop, quick hits to the receivers to the outside. It's basically like an extended running game, really. And when that's been clicking, it looks really good.
We've got a injured Sissonville player down. So with the injury, we will take a timeout. 8:24 here in the third. 35-13, Ripley leads. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
Injured player Hunter Taylor for the Indians. He is up and coming off. He's walking very gingerly. Looks like he may have rolled an ankle or something to that effect, but he is walking off under his own power. But Sissonville can ill afford to lose guys up front. 1st and 10. And flags fly as Baylog takes the snap, and he is going to get swamped. back at the 45-yard line, and if the penalty's on Sissonville, you decline this one because that is about a 15-yard loss. Baylog was done from the get-go.
Yeah, not a legal shift. It will be declined. Yeah, he had no time. He didn't even have time to set up with the three-step drop. He was running for his life as soon as he got the snap.
Yeah, I think the Vikings were like, hey, so the new guy that just came in on the line, everybody run at him.
You're right. There's not a lot of reserves there on the Sissonville sideline. Not a lot
Second
of them.
and forever, and Stone will run it and get a big chunk of that back, and
Got
that
a lot
was
of it back.
A powerful run for Stone to the 39-yard line. He got it all back +2.
0 to 60 in about 2 seconds right there. He had serious acceleration as he got the handoff. It was full blast going through the line, and it was good blocking too because I don't think he was touched until that second level.
So second and forever turned into 3rd and 8 after a fantastic run from Stone. And now Baylog will hand it back to him and let him do the work.
Again,
inside the 35 to the 34, it'll bring up 4th and about 3.
Coach Hairston is probably in a 4-down territory state of mind right now.
I would be, yeah.
cut that yardage in half and see what you can do with a 4th and 4.
Yeah, Kyson Stone pounding away. We've only seen one design quarterback run for Maddox Baylog tonight, where he rolled out and picked up a first down, but it'll be 4th and 3.
Showing off the baseball slide.
34. You go back to Stone again. They'll go in that tighter formation with only 2 receivers split out, and a third is kind of a wing on 4th and 3. And Baylog will throw for it, tipped at the line, but caught.
And they're going to give him
first down for Young at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and I thought the roll happened before the catch, but they're going to say he caught it at the 30. I thought maybe he caught it more at the 31, but maybe a favorable spot, but still good play. Now, I think that was partially tipped, was it not?
I believe it was, yeah.
So good recognition to just stay on it and try and make that catch practically on his back.
Young and Scott are the 2 receivers to the top of the formation, and the handoff will go to Stone. Finding blockers near side at the 20. He's loose. Knocked out of bounds inside the 10. 1st and goal, Sissonville.
There was a great
Coach Hairston pumping his fist on the sideline. That's how you run, young man.
The great seal-off blocks too. I mean, it was again. He got to the 20. He got to the 15, and I don't think he was touched. It was good seal-off from the tackle. Good up the field blocking by his receivers too, and then the rest was him at that point. But
looked like 11 Wheeler really kind of
he
set the edge there.
Yeah, he kind of set. He just like you said, he kind of set up actually to the left of the wing right there, and. Yeah, he was in the right place making a good block.
Stone on 1st and goal.
He's
giving it to most of the work, so let him get in there and score. Forward progress stopped as one of the Vikings comes out with the football, but they will say he was stopped at the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
It was a good initial push there by the Sissonville line, too. Just 3 yards. To pay dirt. I say keep giving it to the kid.
2nd and goal from the 3. Baylog to Stone. Vikings are waiting for him now. No gain. It'll be 3rd and goal. And they may be looking for between the tackles number 24.
But again, this is one of those things too now that that might have been a play to kind of keep you honest right there. 3 straight plays to Stone. It works on your mind. Will they keep, it's just 3 yards. They might try to keep giving it to them. That opens up something to the outside.
Maybe a bootleg.
A good ball fake might be a good ball fake might work for 3 yards and a touchdown.
3rd and goal for the Indians. Wheeler comes in motion. Baylog to throw.
No time.
Flush near side, man open, caught, touchdown, Brody Scott, his 3rd score of the game.
Good roll out there by Baylog. Basically, I think they were just in sync right now. Just, again, good pass there they were rolling out almost at the same clip. So it was just make sure you get the pass there. Tremendous job by Baylog and a good route run there too by the receiver.
Brody Scott, a 3-yard touchdown catch, a 12-yard touchdown catch, and a 27-yard touchdown catch. And he's got all the 6-pointers for the Indians tonight. Baylog straight on to attempt the extra point.
Fake.
They'll go for 2. They pitch it back to him, wings it to the end zone, and nobody's there.
Oh.
Baylog got upended.
He was clutching his knee there for a second too. That was worrisome. That was designed. That wasn't a mistake.
That was a
design.
2-point conversion attempt. 4:44 left here in the third. 35-19. Brian Guthrie, Mike Cameron. Happy to have you here. Joe Sawyer Field. It's Sissonville High School in Kanawha County, just a few miles north of Charleston. The battle for the Lions Club trophy, Mike. I want to get a look at this.
I know. I got to see what this is all about. But yeah, I mean, this has been a rivalry over the years that have been really cool. That cooled off. Was it 2010?
Yeah, 2010.
So that's been a while since they was, and who knows the reason why they stopped doing it. But
Ripley leads the all-time series 34-26 and 5. So they've played. This is the 66th time they've played this game.
Was a rivalry for the ages. That and probably when they stopped, there's probably a lot of people saying, "Why are we stopping this?" But they resurrected it, and I'd like to see what the prize is for the winner of this game tonight. We know what it's called, but what does it look like? You know, Ripley's got a pretty good rivalry with those Red Devils of Ravenswood. When you play for the Hatchet, there's some coolness.
They're
with that.
used to playing teams that wear black and red.
That's very true.
Baylog kicked right at one of the up men and across midfield in fantastic field position for the Ripley Vikings here at 4:38 here in the third. Ripley right at about their scoring average. Their 4 wins, they scored 38, 35, and 28, and 6 last week against Nitro in their first loss of the season.
Well, the key is at this point for the Indians, doesn't matter what point it is on the field, the key is for the Indians, they've got to make a stop on this drive and get the ball back. So I guess field position is irrelevant. They just got to stop it.
Britt will hand to Casto and a yard.
And it's got to be a little bit of a demoralizing feeling, too. I mean, they stopped him on that one right there, but you know who's getting the ball. So right now the Indians have got to make the stop. They know who's getting it.
The last drive, we saw him sell out against the run to try and get Casto, and he literally ran around everybody. It'll be number 2 in white and blue to the 41.
Oh, they had third on the marker already. I thought, was this third down already?
No,
it's
third down. Yeah, third and about 5. Sissonville, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Ripley has only been forced to punt once this evening.
You are correct, sir. It's only happened one time.
In the first quarter.
The only other time that they were stopped was when they
turned it over.
Turned it over inside the 5-yard line.
Casto.
Great blocking.
Picking his spots. Very patient. He's got the first down and more inside the 20.
Upfield too.
Waiting for him to set up, and he's going to punch it in again. Noah Casto, touchdown from 41 yards out. Look at the patience here, Mike.
And patience and wait for that block. See that?
One guy blocking 3 black jerseys.
The receiver was plowing the way forward. I mean, Casto did a little bit there, obviously. But he was the recipient of some great blocking on that play.
Unreal. This kid is as advertised. Parker Keller on to attempt the extra point as the Vikings answer the Indian score right back with 7 of their own. 3:26 left here in the third. It is Ripley 42, Sissonville 19. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Why choose One Community Federal Credit Union as your financial partner? We reward you. Earn high interest on savings and CDs. Get rewards with your debit card. Enjoy lower interest on loans and pay low or no service fees. We're accessible. Manage your money from anywhere with our convenient, secure mobile app and online banking. And we're trustworthy. As one of the first credit unions in our area, we've been serving the Mid-Ohio Valley for over 65 years. Get more in 24. Become a member today. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
It's spooky season, so I'm getting my costume ready. But you don't have to be afraid of slow internet speeds or high prices with internet from CAS Cable. When you sign up for high-speed internet or bundle it with dependable cable TV, you can save up to $35 a month. This is one deal you can count on.
Mike and Brian here in Sissonville. Happy to have you tuned in. 42-19, a game much tighter in the first couple of quarters. Ripley has started to open it up here as the Indians have just not been able to find a way to stop the Vikings, Mike.
Yeah, and really the big you could say Vikings or you could say Casto. Right now that's interchangeable. It's been the Casto show. Anytime the Indians can get a good drive and score, but not only do they score quickly on the way back.
Deacon Moore on the return for the Indians, and he'll get to about the 23, 24-yard line, and that's where the Indians will have to start. Bite at a time, buddy.
Go back to the drawing board and see if you can do it all over again.
Got to put points up, and then you got to stop them. That's just how the game works. And trying to see if the injured Indian is back out there.
I think he is.
I think he is. Baylog to throw on first down. 5-step drop, hits the back foot, launches, overthrows Scott coming up the near sideline. That time a 5-step drop, but still a timing thing. You hit that fifth step, that back foot hits, you throw. And that's about the only way you're going to get out of this Viking rush here.
That was just an uncatchable situation there right there. He just put a little bit too much air on that one. But you're right. Yeah, I mean, it's all when you deal with the rush, interior rush especially, and now these outside linebackers are doing a lot of blitzing too. That's the only way that you can quell that is a good timing defense or a good timing offense.
Did you just drop a quell on me?
It's one of those $5 words.
Baylog to throw. Slant across the middle. There's Scott. Makes the catch. First down, Indians. You want to take away some bright spots. Brody Scott, as a receiver, has done fantastic work. Kyson Stone, as a running back, has done fantastic work. And I think you're seeing the evolution of Maddox Baylog as this season goes on. Just going to be so much more confident when he comes back as a junior and a senior to play that quarterback position.
What grade is that receiver?
He's a junior.
All right, so we got one more year with him too. Yeah, some emerging stars on this team.
Across the middle, caught by Wheeler.
Ooh.
He goes down, ball comes out.
They're going to say incomplete pass.
Incomplete, yep. That's probably the best thing that could have happened for Sissonville.
Boy,
I don't know. Yeah, it was probably coming out as he was going down. So the best that could happen was that incomplete.
But Baylog threaded the needle on that
nice
one.
throw.
That was a tremendous pass under pressure and just laser accuracy. Just unfortunate that they couldn't complete that pass catch.
Second and 10 at the 38, and it's Stone. Out across the 40, and it'll take about 5 Vikings to bring him down. And here is a late flag thrown in, and this one
I have no idea what this one could be.
Either some kind of horse collar. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
somebody went up high on the tackle.
With the timing of it thrown, face mask.
Face mask. Personal foul face mask. And that's got to be the third person, at least 3, because there was 2 consecutive ones on Ripley. So some areas for Coach Ryan Simon to look at here on the film as the personal fouls on the Vikings are starting to pile up here a little bit. roughing the passer, too.
I mean, from our vantage point, I didn't see anything like that. So, I mean, just a good job by the sideline judges to be able to see that happening.
Stone left side, nice wall in front of him, and that's good for about 6.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple of just high-quality offensive lines tonight. I mean, even Sissonville, with the low numbers that they have, and you're right. I think
blocking isn't great. The run blocking has been
the run
very
blocking
solid.
has been good, and especially in recent now, these last maybe quarter and a half, they're really blowing some holes open for Stone, and he's responding very well.
Caught by Young near side, slung down at the 30.
And a nice
Durst was in the backfield in a hurry to put pressure on Baylog.
But that time we saw another intangible that Stone has too. Stone caught that blitz and gave Baylog the time that he needed in the backfield. They were able to make that pass catch, and that's because of that last-minute block there by the running back Stone.
Somebody better get a hat on 44 in white because he has been coming hard and fast.
He's been almost every play, yep.
1st and 10 Indians. Stone picks his way through the line to the second level, 25.
He dropped the ball.
Oh, no. Vikings say they have it.
That will be a fumble.
And a second turnover from Sissonville. This time a fumble from Stone. And it's Viking football with 1:04 left in the 3rd.
The kid has been running he just doing a great job tonight, but that was a little bit was an extra effort there, trying to fight for more yards, and I think they were standing it up. One guy was standing him up, and one guy was stripping him on that one.
Yeah, they're going for the football now, and he's got to stay out there in the secondary too.
Yeah, these kids are out there playing two-way football, many of them on the field right now.
Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.
Pritt hands to Casto. And shoestringed out at the 29.
That kid has such escapability. It is amazing. He's got good awareness, so he finds where the gap is being formed, and then when he gets through there, it's all pure acceleration there. But he's also got a lot of escapability. He's just a good running back.
Casto on 2nd and 5. Picking his way through and starting to find some blockers. Out to midfield, still on his feet, and will finally be forced out at midfield. My goodness, so patient. Find me a guy who will run at half speed behind the blockers.
He literally says, I'll wait for it, boys. Just make it happen, and he's doing a great job of that, too.
Got ourselves a convoy.
There's a bear in the air.
This here's the rubber duck. We're about to put the hammer down. And the Vikings look like they're going to let the quarter expire. And they'll head to the 4th with a first down at midfield. 42-19, Vikings of Ripley lead Sissonville. We'll back for the 4th quarter after this timeout. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
Why choose One Community Federal Credit Union as your financial partner? We reward you. Earn high interest on savings and CDs. Get rewards with your debit card. Enjoy lower interest on loans and pay low or no service fees. We're accessible. Manage your money from anywhere with our convenient, secure mobile app and online banking. And we're trustworthy. As one of the first credit unions in our area, we've been serving the Mid-Ohio Valley for over 65 years. Get more in 24. Become a member today. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
Ready for the 4th quarter here in Sissonville. 42-19 in favor of the Vikings here as they are trying to salt this one away. And player of the game has got to be Noah Casto for Ripley, number 2 in white and blue.
Yeah, we're seeing he's a complete back. I mean, he does everything well. He's got good acceleration. He breaks away quick flag on that play.
And that is Cody Lawrence taking the handoff. Flags flying everywhere as he never really secured the football on the handoff. And then just chaos and nonsense, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. It's going to be a procedure penalty against Ripley. Decline it. Take the down. 2nd and 11 after the loss on the play.
Well, Casto's got a helmet off, so I think his evening might be done.
Yeah, it's a potential all-stater over there with 4 scores on the evening. I think he's earned himself a Gatorade and an orange slices. So Lawrence on the carry again. More flags as he's following his blockers and still on his feet inside the 40, brought down by his shirt collar by Deacon Moore, and we'll see what this penalty is.
Before they call that penalty, well, it's going to be an illegal
It's going to be another procedure penalty on Ripley.
And even though that play's coming back, it looks like Lawrence is kind of cut from the same cloth as Casto in a way. They have that same kind of, there's a drive to them, and they're tough to bring down as well. That's one thing we haven't said. Even with the wall that's been created for Casto for much of this game, a lot of times, even when they get hands on him, he's still tough to bring down. And Lawrence kind of brings that same little intangible there. Even though the play comes back, it was a pretty similar looking run.
Yeah. Cody Lawrence scored the first 2 touchdowns for the Vikings on a 57-yard touchdown catch and on the blocked field goal return. Here's Lawrence. He'll go to the wide side of the field and room to run and put your foot on the gas. He's gone. That is a 46-yard touchdown run for Cody Lawrence, and he has the hat trick for tonight.
They created the lane, and he drove the car right down the middle of it. He had the good seal-off block once again, and he really didn't need the downfield blocking because he ran past everybody else. That was a tremendous run there by the backup running back.
And Ripley's got a lot of weapons here on offense that we're seeing. They're going to be a team to contend with.
Yes, they will
in
be.
Class AAA. I believe they are a top 10 team as they are now at 4-1, soon to be 5-1 as the extra point is up and good. We'll keep it right here. 11:07 to go. Yeah, they're a top 10 team now. They're going to tack on another win. They're going to be 5-1.
Right.
And the schedule laying ahead of them, they're back in Death Valley to take on Herbert Hoover, a good Hoover team. Then they're at Wayne, back at home for Nicholas County, and then at Roane County. And that Roane County game ought to be a fun one because the Raiders are also very good this year.
Super good this year. That's going to be a fun game to watch.
So not the murderer's row that I think Sissonville has in front of it, but Ripley has a challenging schedule, and if they can get out of that, 8-2, 7-3, they're potentially going to make some noise in the AAA playoffs.
Yeah, they're still. This is a success that has kind of escaped them over the years. So finding this and putting together like they have been, I think this is all a bunch of new experiences for them. So yeah, they're gonna take each week as a new experience as it is, and they're gonna find out. They're gonna answer some questions about themselves over the next few weeks, especially. But yes, tremendous. They've got it all. The defense is good. The running is good. And right now you're kind of getting like a game manager kind of situation out of Pritt right now. So this is a good team. They're going to be a tough assignment for anybody.
This is Mason Gandy kicking it away and taken by one of the up men and swallowed up there at the 27-yard line. Ripley always seemed to be like an afterthought in the Class AAA scene in the 3-class AAA. Now in the 4-class AAA, you're moving the Martinsburgs and Souths and PHSs and all those teams up and out of the way, and it seems like there's a power vacuum right now, and Ripley's more than happy to fill it.
Yeah, exactly. This is a little bit more of their scene now, and I think they're definitely happy with the reshifting of things.
Baylog to throw on first down. Complete for a first down out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. That is Brody Scott again. Between Brody Scott and I keep thinking I'm going to say his name wrong. Kyson Stone. I keep wanting to say Kyler. It's Kyson.
Kyson
Stone. two real bright spots here for Sissonville this evening.
Emerging stars, and again, first play, they drop back. They're staying. Oh, well, watch out.
That one's going to get – that snap is slow getting back there. It's
Right.
kind of a rainbow getting back there, and Baylog's got white jerseys in his face before he even gets a hand on the football, and he's going to get sacked for about an 8-yard loss there. It'll be second down.
But the first play of the drive, again, it was just going back to your old familiar territory, 3-step drop, quick pop to the receiver upfield. You know, there's no quit in this team right now. They're doing everything that they can, and again, the emerging stars that we're seeing tonight, it's got to give Coach Hairston and the Sissonville community, they've got to give them a little bit of hope for the future. And they just need a couple more reinforcements.
Another
Again,
low
another
snap.
slow
Baylog
snap.
under pressure, and he's going to get hit from behind. And a second consecutive sack. First man there for Ripley is number 89. And I'm on the wrong page. 89, Parker Smith. And another big sack, and now it's third and forever.
But you hit the nail on the head on these last two plays. It's been that kind of a looping snap back to him. I've not noticed it being that way up to this point, so I don't know if they changed out the center or whatever, but a timing offense, you can't have even the smallest little disruptions in that timing.
Third and 25 will be the official mark at the 29-yard line. First
Ripley's
down,
bringing
there
the
they
house.
come. Baylog's got wrecked, and it's going to be picked and heading back the other way. Didn't quite make it.
Stone with a good tackle to save the points.
Parker Keller made the pick as Baylog got blown up again. His second interception, third overall turnover for Sissonville tonight. And Ripley is already in shouting distance of the end zone here.
Both interceptions that Baylog has experienced tonight, too, is because he was throwing under duress. He wasn't set. He was just kind of chucking it out there, hoping the receiver can make the catch. Both times the interception has been a result of that.
It's getting more and more evident that the line is just wearing down.
They're wearing down,
they're gassed.
and Ripley's sending the house, too.
Yeah.
It's a table for 8 almost every play.
We can get there before he gets rid of it. You know, that's all you got to do. Pritt stays in, hands off to Lawrence. Lawrence looking for touchdown number 4, and he's got it. Cody Lawrence, his 4th score to even himself with Noah Casto, and another touchdown for the Ripley Vikings.
Got to the edge with the good block, and the rest was power into the end zone. And the foot is firmly established on the gas pedal at the moment.
On the neck, currently.
Yep.
$55-19 with the extra point to come. And the band cheering for the kicker is up and good. 8:51 left in the ball game. Ripley 56, Sissonville 19. You're watching high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.
It's game time, and One Community Federal Credit Union is here to help you tackle your financial goals. With our convenient and secure electronic banking and mobile services, we're taking our customer service experience to the next level. Plus, our CD rates are some of the best around, so you get more bang for your buck. When you need a loan, One Community can get you a great rate and a fast decision made locally. It all adds up to us being the Mid-Ohio Valley's winning team. One Community Federal Credit Union. Online at onecommunityfcu.org.
For nearly 50 years, CAS Cable has been proudly serving the Mid-Ohio Valley with cable TV, internet, and home phone. Our commitment has always been to provide the best possible experience and service for our customers. With CAS, you get straightforward pricing that's easy to understand. And when you call, you'll talk to a local team member. Call us today or visit us online and see what we can do for you. CAS Cable, proud to be part of our community.
Ripley kicks it away, taken by one of the up men for the Indians at the 30, and will get out across to the 36-yard line. This was an 8-point game, 21-13 with a couple minutes left in the second quarter. And, Mike, it's just as a war of attrition goes, Ripley's got 2.5 times as many players as Sissonville does, and they're just wearing them out.
Yeah, that offensive line right now for Sissonville, pretty gassed at the moment, I would have to say. A lot of fresh bodies there for Ripley, and they have really, really been kind of using that advantage over the past several plays. Baylog, again, they're a timing offense, and now he doesn't even have time for the 3-step drop right now. They are in there every play, outside blitzes by the linebackers, too. It's just been a tough couple of plays there for the Indians.
Play clock down to 3-2, and they will get it off. Handoff goes to Stone, and Stone will fight his way out across the 41. Heartbreaking fumble for him that turned into the last touchdown for Ripley, and feed it right back to him.
I tell you, Stone's gonna.
He's got to be close to 100 yards, if not more
every
tonight,
bit of
right?
it, every bit of it. But I have a feeling he's going to sleep in tomorrow morning. He's had a rough game, but he's also delivered a few blows, through his running style as well. But yeah, he's worked hard tonight.
It'll be Stone again, as we're seeing some fresh numbers from Ripley on the defensive side of the ball, and Stone is going to be out near the first down marker, and they will move the chains first down as we're inside 7 minutes to go in this ball game.
We used to be able to find that out because of clean and dirty uniforms, but now with all this field turf, now we don't know. Everybody's uniform's still pretty clean.
I'll tell you, the worst game I ever did was in a rainstorm in Fayetteville, and you could barely tell which team was which.
I remember
much
that.
less what the numbers were. Just going off the top of the helmet. Baylog wants to throw on first down. It's going to be flushed out near side, and he will run out of bounds, as discretion is the better part of valor. He'll get a yard out of that.
I was going to say, that was a lot of running for a 1-yard gain, but he still made the right choice.
Second and 9 for the Indians. Stone, right side, a little bit of room. That's good for about 8 or 9. Give him 8 on 3rd and 9. It'll be, or 2nd and 9. It'll be 3rd and 1.
He's a good mix of speed and power too. I mean, he got to the gap there, the alleyway, pretty quickly. And then he kind of lowered the shoulder on the defensive secondary to get those yardage. But yeah, this kid, a freshman, my goodness, he's gonna make an impact in the next 3 years.
Kyson Stone, first down, Sissonville, as he's down near the 40.
Yeah, if he didn't before, he's got to have 100 yards at this point. He's probably averaging 7 yards or at least 6 yards a rush.
He's had some really good runs.
Yes.
But it's going to be too little too late. I mean, it's at 0-6. I mean, this is one of the better winless teams you're going to see. It's just they've run into a lot of good teams this year.
What did Hairston say too, Coach Hairston? He goes, pretty much every team that we played right now is ranked.
Yeah. Flips it out to Brody Scott, and Scott will scoot down to about the 35.
That's yeah. I would like to see what their strength of schedule is if they come up with that sort of thing, because Sissonville has had some really, really heavy hitters on their schedule.
Lost to Chapmanville, good team usually. Logan, Scott, Clay County, Herbert Hoover, and Pikeview. Pikeview might be the least of those teams. The rest of them are typically AA playoff contenders. Baylog's going to roll out on second and short, flushed out. Going to have to tuck it and run, and he will get the first down at the 30. And as we are in the fourth quarter with a lead of a certain amount, the clock will continue to run as we're at 3:50 to go in the ball game, 56-19.
But we're seeing a maturation to process for old number 7 as well, because that time he finally recognized that he didn't have what he had downfield. And you said he tucked it, and he ran it, and he was able to get what he needed, got out of bounds too. He did everything that is in the handbook for preservation of a quarterback right there.
Self-preservation is a strong, strong instinct. One of my favorites.
It's a good read.
Wheeler in motion. Baylog to throw. Flushed out. Flips it to Wheeler.
Nice.
He's got it at the 20, first down, and down at the 15.
See, then now there's another step in the maturation process, too, because in that situation, once you get outside that box, you can get rid of it if you need to. Luckily, there was a good safety valve there in Wheeler.
Third option, yeah.
Yeah, so he was actually able to make something out of nothing out of that play, and that's mark it at the 14-yard line. But, yeah, I'm telling you, this Baylog kid he's gonna make some strides in the near future.
Go downstairs.
Stone.
Down to about the 6-yard line.
He gets up. Look him walk back to the huddle. They're going to have an extra bag of ice for him.
That's a bruised banana right there, my friend, as we close in on 2 minutes to go. He has taken a licking and kept on ticking like the finest Timex you've ever seen. And looking forward to some good years of this kid as a running back here in Sissonville. If you're an Indian fan, as he gets down to the 1 at 1:45 left in the ball game. Some pride points on the line here for the Indians.
Before that says 000, Coach Hairston wants one more score on the board.
Stone has not scored. Brody Scott has all 3 touchdowns for Sissonville, but Stone has been the workhorse, and they'd love to punch him into the end zone, and that is what they will do.
Oh,
nope.
Stop short.
And the clock's going to keep running at a minute. 2nd and goal from the 1. And Baylog doesn't even make it all the way to the sideline to get the plays. Just give it to Kyson.
24.
Just call something and give it to him.
Good old 24.
See how the kid feels about the old number 1. That's an Indians reference.
Yes, it is.
Everybody in the building knows 24 is getting it, and he's into the end zone. With 38 seconds on the clock, as Kyson Stone, who has worked his fanny off for this Sissonville offense all night long, finally gets into the end zone.
I liked how you characterized it. Pride points. That was a pride drive right there. Get down the field, get in the end zone one more time.
You're against the second team defense. Doesn't matter.
Right. Just get in there, get the points.
Move the football. And unfortunately, this is how they were moving the football in the first half.
Yes.
It was efficient. It was timely passing. It was good running. As they will go for 2 and hand it to Stone again, and he will lean it across.
Was that did he get a little help from his friends on that one? No,
nope,
they're going to say short.
30, well, they're not even stopping the clock here. They're just going to let the clock run out?
I think that is the case.
And Ripley is going to move their record to 5-1, while Sissonville drops to 0-7, a 56-25 win for the Vikings in convincing fashion, as 2 different players have 4 touchdown nights for the Vikings, Mike.
Lots to break down for this game, but, again, a very disappointing a disappointing ending to the game for the Indians. But you got to look at whatever. I asked Coach Hairston in the beginning with that interview. I was like, "What positives have you been able to take away from this team?" I think he's got plenty of positives to take away from this game. They've got plenty of things that they would probably need to work on and fix as well. But I think it was a pretty decent game for the Sissonville Indians. And I'm telling you right now, Ripley is primed to. I don't know.
Make some noise.
They're going to make some noise, and I think they're going to, they're obviously going to make a presence for themselves into the playoffs as well. This is a good, complete football team. Hats off to the Vikings. Good game tonight.
Thanks to our camera crew, Ava and EJ up here on top of the press box, braving the cold with us. I'm not going to thank Jim because he didn't get there till the 4th quarter, so the heck with that guy. Yeah, then he's already packed up and gone. What's up with that? We're back in Maryland Stadium. The Tigers hosting Point Pleasant. Make sure you join us for that one. Ought to be a fun time next Friday night for our final high school game of the season. That's Mike Cameron.
Boom.
I'm Brian Guthrie. Thanks so much for watching. For the entire CAS 45 crew, Ripley, a winner over Sissonville, 56-25. This has been high school football presented by One Community Federal Credit Union on CAS 45.